music going.
He had a screwball. And when I went down to Florida, they said I had the best screwball they ever seen.
Really?
Oh, God, I had a screwball unreal. Unbelievable, man. It run. But
like
then,
Fernando Venezuela?
Oh, make him look sick.
Really?
Yeah. And see, now everybody call that a what?
That's a splitter. Or a fork ball.
What we call it?
A splitter.
No.
A fork ball.
Fork ball. Now y'all call it a splitter.
Uh-huh.
What's the difference?
I think it's about how wide you get your fingers. A lot of the guys,
Thank you.
They just barely get on it. You know, if you can really get it like that,
there.
That's a fork ball.
Yep. And when you throw it, it's the same thing. Now it's like a change up and like anything else. It hangs you in trouble.
Yeah.
But I used to throw this a lot. If I get 2 strikes on the batter,
sure,
I throw a lot. But my screwball is the best thing. They'll tell you it was unbelievable, man. It goes. I mean, it runs.
You still got an arm on you? You still throw a little bit?
Excuse me, no.
No, they got it.
It don't hurt. I'm 82 years old. I tell people, when I went to the Columbia Fireflies this year, the guy said, they were giving my history because when I was 18, I got clocked at 90.
Yeah.
Right? The guy said, you're going to throw 90 down. You lucky if I can throw 9.
Throw a 9.
But I mean, I had my last game, Syracuse, New York, I was 50 or 49. No, 50 years old. I had a 4-1 record. Then when I got to be 1990, I was 50. I had 51 years old. I had a 5-1 record. In 1960, I lost my first game with the Clowns in Cooperstown. In 1990, 30 years later, I lost my last game in Cooperstown.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about
got
that?
hit off the mound with a lefty.
Oof.
Took me for... I ain't up been there, but I got a record up now, 17. I'm the oldest person up there, got a record, 17 2/3 shit out in it.
Wow.
Man, I used to bring it, talk garbage too.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's why I was saying when in the books they say, the guy yesterday was looking at, you the only black on here. I said, shit, yeah, look at the glove I got, my first baseman glove. But the manager sitting in the corner, he didn't like me. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I let him know, shit. Yeah, I couldn't play ball.
That's what's important.
Yo, chill. Shit, I was a manufacturing manager, big company. I didn't care about them, shit. Well, ask me anything. You ain't got to worry about this or nothing.
All right. Let me set up this camera real quick. Get a better angle.
But I bought my cap. Yeah, I like to put my clown cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I like to have the red one.
That red one's good.
Yeah. I went to Birmingham this year. Well, I go every year, but they had people down there wanted. They didn't like clown. I give about 3 caps down there. And didn't sell them or nothing. They said, you gonna give me this free? I'll give it to one guy, he's getting real bad or sick. I'll give it to his wife. And the other 2, they want for souvenirs.
All right. That looks good right about there. All right. So, all right. So today is November 2nd, 2021. All right. Can you please tell me your full first and last name?
Russel Patterson. Patterson. Yeah.
All right. And when were you born?
April the 27th, 1939.
And where were you born?
In Savannah, Georgia. 621 Indian Street, which they don't have it no more in Savannah.
Really?
Nope. Not Yamacraw Village. I was born in Yamacraw, 621 Indian Street.
So I've noticed a lot of old timers from Savannah. They got a lot of pride about Yamacraw. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, if you was born in Yamacraw, which is close to the river, I was proud of being able to stay there with mother and her father. Yeah, Yamacraw Village was just different across Bay Street, and the different it is, one was a project and one was homeowners.
So do you have a lot of friends still in Savannah, or people that you knew growing up with?
No, the only one I have is that I know of that he called a guy named Leon Grant, of the Grant family. And if anybody know about Beach High School, his daddy, they was kind of on the Richie side, I call it. And he had a barbershop downtown, but he was the first. Their family put the scoreboard up in Beach High Gym, and that's Leon and Grant. We went from 12, 13 years old. We went through a lot together. Not bad, but we were just not evil kids. We were just bad kids. I'm left-handed. I throw rocks, and I still blame him for pushing me up doing those things. We're the same age, you know. Mm-hmm. And we lived down the street from each other on 37th Street in Geach Road.
Okay. Do you have any fond memories of growing up in Savannah?
I do. Savannah, I wish I would have stayed there all my life. But unfortunately, whether you believe in God or not, I found out I was a hell of a ball player at a young age. And by me staying there, I wish I could have stayed and helped. Some of the stuff, I still think I could have helped not only the kids, but my neighborhood get better than what it is now. Mm-hmm.
Do you mind holding the microphone just a little bit closer to it? You can hold it like down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I couldn't get those to, you know, sometimes technology's funny. All right. All right, so what made you choose baseball out of all the sports that you could have played?
Well, I was in a field behind the house. We moved up on West Gwinnett Street by Carlton Village. I was in the field just throwing the ball. I had a Dixie sugar package for a glove. I just put my hand and made a glove out of it. And I was in the outfield, excuse me, playing around. And somebody just told me, boy, you got a great arm. Once you do this and do that. So I never thought about playing baseball because I know it was racism and everything. You couldn't go nowhere. And they had a team they called it West Savannah Whoopers over in West Savannah. They call it West Savannah. And the guy named Clarence Blue Boy Grant, we was talking, and somebody told him about me, and then he came and asked my parents, could I play for him. And it was a good piece from Gwinnett Street way over by Bay Street where he had a field at. And I would start playing for him. And I think that's the best thing that ever happened to me one of the best things that ever happened to me in my life. I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot about discipline. I learned about how to play the game, man. Because I actually started as an outfielder. And then most of the time he just tell me, he played either outfield or first base. And I didn't pitch that much with him. He found I had a strong arm, and I loved playing for him because he wasn't violent, but he was nasty. If you didn't do something right, boy, he'll slap you upside your head. And he wasn't no more than he was 4 years older than me. But he called Clarence Blue Boy Grant from West Savannah. And I think the Whoopers, if you played for the Whoopers in Savannah, you played with a team. And then he told me later on, I really started crying because he told me he didn't need me no more. And I thought he was kicking me off the team. But I found out he was pushing me to go to Savannah Bears. And that's when my life really started. Mm-hmm.
So did you play any other sports growing up?
They had a coach at Woodville, which is Thompson now, and Coach Turner. I just didn't like him. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. He had his buddies, what they call it, his famous. But I practiced all the time at Savannah State because Woodville didn't have no gym or nothing. But he always, when I go here, make me go. When my sister played basketball, she's 4 years older than me, and then my brother-in-law and all that. But he made me ride the bus with him. Now I understand why, so I can learn. But he used to slap me up with a Look magazine. I mean upside my head. But then I end up really disliking the man. But then when I graduated high school in 57, I kind of went back towards help from him, man. And I understand why. Now, he dead now, but I understand why he did it. Because he made me a better coach. Because I never thought I'd coach high school. And I never thought I'd coach college basketball. Yeah. Mm.
So growing up in Savannah, I've heard from a lot of people who played, a lot of them went to Beach. What high school did you go to?
I went to Woodville. Yeah, Woodville, which is Tonkin now, is Beach was on one side of town. Woodville was on the other side of town. They didn't have St. Anthony, none of that. Those are the only two schools you can go to in Savannah. Being black, yeah, colored, whatever y'all want to call it now, But most of the guys who went to Beach High, Beach High had better equipment and stuff that we had at Woodville High. Mm.
So was Beach your rival?
Oh yes, big rival. Yeah,
You didn't like the Bulldogs.
it was a fighting rival. The only person I liked there was Leon Grant. His family, his sister and all them went to Beach, but and then I end up on some of the guys on the Bears that went to Beach. Other than that, I don't know. I didn't like them. They just got too much. As simple as that.
So what were some of the parks that were around when you were growing up? I've heard of Flamingo Park, Can Park, and a few others. Can you describe those to me?
Now Flamingo wasn't there. Flamingo down off of Gwinnett Street. That park wasn't there. But the only park that we were allowed to play in baseball was Sportsman Park. Yeah, they had a park out on, I think it was East President, but it was like if you get caught out there, you're in trouble. And most of the park, like what the name, Blue made, and then I helped made a park myself down Gwinnett Street, where as a young kid coaching too. But Sportsman Park was the park that you played baseball in.
So what teams did you play for growing up in Savannah?
West Savannah Whoopers, called the Whoopers, and Savannah Bears. At Sportsman Park. If you played with Savannah Bears, you were supposed to have been good, great. I'm telling you, there wasn't no playing around there. Yeah.
What were some of the other teams you remember from Savannah?
Well, from Savannah Bears, then they started getting another. So it might have been, God, it was another. It might have been the Athletics they called it, but they wasn't close to Savannah Bears. Everybody wanted to follow the Bears, but they wasn't close. And they had a guy. He was the drummer. I can't think of his name now. He ended up trying to get another team and a couple of teams, but it didn't work. And then they had a team out there called Sandfly. But they wasn't good as the Bears. The Bears was it in Savannah.
So what was it like playing for the Bears?
It was something that made you better because you played with older guys. At a young age, we were like 16, 17 years old, 18 years old. As a younger kid, we played. We learned a lot. And they had a guy who drove the bus named Jonesy. He was older than all of us. And Jonesy was really old as a ball player, but, he tried to play. But most of the guys we 17, 18 years old, might have been 15, but most of the guys was in their 30s, and they was either trying to go to the minor league or from the minor league, and racism, it was just bad. Mm-hmm.
So how would you describe the Bears in the league that y'all played in? Was it like a local kind of league, a minor league of sorts?
We were the best team from Jacksonville, Florida. Well, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. Okay. I put it that way. We were the best team, and it proved it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how long did you play for the Bears, and when did you start playing with the Bears?
I'm trying to get my mind together. I think I was either 16, 17, 18. Because I graduated high school when I was 18. In 57 and 58, I went down to Detroit Tigers. It had to be 50 by 3 years. Yeah.
So can you describe what Sportsman Park was like when you were growing up? Maybe let's start before you started playing baseball, maybe sometimes when you went out there with your family or friends, and then work on to when you started playing there.
The only time I ever went out to Sportsman Park is to practice and play there. It was like going to Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium. Excuse me. Practice, I had to go from Gwinnett Street down the railroad track, which is where 516 at now. And 16 and 516 to get to Sportsman Park. and I had to walk or run, either one. I'm always running somewhere, you know. I guess that's why I got my legs from it, why I was so fast playing the game, you know. I always had to run. Because if a train coming, you had to outrun the train. It's just simple as that, you know.
Because I know those train tracks go right through
Yeah,
that area.
yep, and you know, I played there, and I had my mother and father. They really let me do what I want to do in baseball. You know, I had a little job and all that stuff. As a matter of fact, I quit the little job I had just to play the game. Yeah.
So in the Savannah Tribune, the local black newspaper in Savannah, I always would see advertisements for all kinds of events at Sportsman Park, whether it was free food or special teams or events kind of going on there. Do you remember any of those?
Yes. That's why I did one. I was I was trying to be a sports writer for the team. That's why I wrote that one. I did that one copy there, but they had all kind of stuff like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the weekend at Sportsman Park. Excuse me. And the big thing at Sportsman Park was the baseball games. That was the big because Mr. Wright, I think that's his name. I can't think of the man name. But anyway, that's when they had like a nightclub, lounge, and everything. Had a little motel out and everything. But Savannah Bears was the big thing that really kept that park going. You know, I mean, he did everything for us to keep thing going there and everything. And then Mr. Simmons did everything too. But the guy who owned it, I can't. Matter of fact, his son is trying to write something about Sportsman Park. But that was the main thing. You can go to Sportsman Park. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember? I've heard stories about the little motel there, that it was a little rent by hour. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
It was rent by hours, and you know I was too young to rent by hours. Put it that way. But that's what it was. That's where then they had you had the lounge, nightclub, then they had a little hotel, then you pull up and then they had the field. And it wasn't like fighting or violent and all that stuff during that time, but that you go out there, you have a good time, you know. And it's certain, like, they call it people from Sandfly, which is part of Savannah, but it's out from Savannah. And those different areas right around Sportsman Park, people from Yamacraw, Calvin Village and the stuff with it. But Sportsman Park is really for the adults, and that's where you learn a lot about life there too. A lot about life.
Were there any specific life lessons and stuff that you learned while being there?
Not at Sportsman Park. I learned more coming from playing for the Whoopers in West Savannah, because I know I was running. They got Augusta Road. Then they got the big train track there coming from, it used to be the Nancy Hank go to Atlanta. And they got about 8 tracks there. And I had to cross those tracks. And once I get to, I think it was Louisville Road, my life was to run from there all the way home. And that gave me stamina and everything to play the game, you know, keep going. And if I was taking my time getting ready, I seen this pickup truck turn in there. I said, oh boy, this ain't this. I don't know. Something told me this ain't right, you know. So I kind of got right there. They had a place used to, like a paper place. They take wood and cut it and chop it all up. And I kind of eased up in the mill up in there. And I heard a little pickup with 2 white guys in it, you know. And I heard them saying, you know, man, you know, I just seen the end, you know, coming through here. Cause I know what they're gonna do. Cause they had a tendency, if you riding a bicycle or stuff, they'll have a 2x4 out there and ride by you. And like, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny then when somebody hit you, you know. And something told me to go on top of the woods, and I looked down, and you know they started saying what they're gonna do. It was Ku Klux Klan. You know, after that, I laid up there about 15, 20 minutes, and I looked down. They kept going. It was called Magazine Avenue. It's still there, Magazine. And I ran from Louisville Road straight to Gwinnett Street, and I mean I got there fast, and that's when I found out what life was all about. I really found out what life was all about in the South then. And like I told my mother, and she said, you know, you got to do what you want to do. If you want to continue to do that, or you want to continue to live scared, then don't do it. But that's why I learned how to be. That's why I love myself and the game. Yeah. I think nobody gonna stop me from doing this game I love. So.
So jumping to what you were just saying there. So
Mm.
that was a common thing that like a common practice of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, most I used to work on Gaston and Bonnet Street, a little grocery store. And when I ride my bicycle home, I hit Gwinnett Street from. You always start at the top of Westbrook Street, which is Martin Luther King now, and see how fast you can go all the way to the end. What whether you got lights on your bike or nothing, you want to make sure no cars coming, and you can. And the white kids used to come down with 2x4s, and if you riding, I mean, they come in a pickup truck, and you don't know what behind you. And I mean, they hit you with them boards. I seen a couple of us used to work up around Bonnet Street and up the grocery store. I mean, it was dangerous, but you don't stop if you can. All they do, they hit you and scare you and make you go faster. Seriously though, and it was common stuff that things happen in Savannah, and even much with me, some things happen. But I just got to the point I wasn't afraid no more. I wasn't gonna run no more. I was gonna do what I've been doing, and don't stop me from working. But I just had my mother and father just kept pounding me. Hey, this what you want to do it. Yeah. Mm.
So what was it like playing at Sportsman Park? Can you describe the crowds, the fans? The
It
environment?
was, if you do something good, it was unbelievable. Yeah. When they find out that they started calling me Little Lefty after Larry Norris, uh, with our left hand, they thought I was gonna do this and do that. But when they started calling, people started gravitating towards me as a young kid. 16, 17 years old, because we had a couple of other kids. Had a guy named Willie Farley from Beach High. He was a running back, and he was famous. And we had a couple of guys in that thing. I have to get their name. And then they had Joe Gantz and them guys. And Larry Morris was the thing of Savannah. He was the thing of Savannah. So long as you follow and win the ball game, it was good. The people, the fans love you. They. Everybody want to give you moonshine and all that stuff. But, I was young. I wasn't about to drink nothing. I wasn't going to do nothing wrong. I wasn't smoking, no cigarette, nothing. I wanted to play ball, simple as that. So.
So you guys had some pretty strong fans that always really.
Oh,
wanted
yes. It was. I think we tried to get a game. We might have played a game at Grace Stadium because they didn't allow no black team to play at Grace Stadium. They can say what they want. Now, I know. Yeah. But I think they tried to get a game there, and the fans kind of heard about it and went crazy. But if you go to Sportsman Park, because they can park out there, they can park and do the one. If they want to get drunk, nobody bother them. But they know if they go to Gracie Stadium and come through Victory Drive, you're going to get in trouble. Yeah, it's very simple. Police going to stop you. So that's why they don't want to play too many games there. As my recommendation, I don't think we ever played there. I went there a lot, but never played there.
Can you tell me about going to Grayson Stadium? The teams that you saw, or any experiences that you had there?
When I was young, 12, 13 years old, Clausen Bakery used to be in Wholesome Clausen Bakery, and they'd give by being a fireman in Savannah. So every week I get a badge and get to the top. And this was one of the things that really hurt me, and that I'll never forget about what happened. Is that I got to be the fire chief, the chief of the fire department, on the little badges on the contest. And when I went to Gracie Stadium, it left, because the only time they let blacks in Gracie Stadium, you sit on in left field in the bleachers over here. But when I went there, I was the only black kid there. They had all the white kids here, and they sent me in right field behind first base by myself. And I got all, and I was supposed to have been the champ that day because I had the badge and everything. And they never recognized me. And I think that's one of the most the hurting thing that I ever got in Savannah. And and I made up my mind right then that, I'll nobody never do me like that again. Never, So then the other time, it used to be Savannah. It used to be the Cincinnati Red Legs, farm system, Savannah Red Legs, and we went to trial right there. I was 16 years old, and my brother-in-law, his brother, another guy was there, and they put me on the mound for you pitch one inning against three guys, and I throw nine balls, 3, 6, 9, boom, they go. The I struck out the first guy, the second guy, and the third guy hit a line drive to the left field, and the guy told me I was too short, I was this and that, and and that's when I really find out what life is all about. Yeah.
So can you describe your transition from the Bears to the Clowns? How did that take place?
I 58 January. Detroit Tigers in Lakeland, Florida had instruction school. You come to instruction school. I got a letter. I can't remember who wrote it to me, but I know I got the letter saying that we would like for you to come to instruction school. If you do good, you might get signed a professional thing. So I went there, and when I got there, it was like about 500 guys. I mean, at the same camp they got now the Tigers in Lakeland, Florida. When I got there, and man, the guy matter of fact, from Beaufort, South Carolina, was the only two blacks there. Then they brought in another guy named Dick Allen, not the one that played with the Phillies, the young guys. He was from Toledo, unbelievable ball player. And I kept I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. They put me at first, I was too short. They put me in the outfield, my arm wasn't good. They put me on the mound, nobody played. They always brought me in like release, something, nobody touched me. So a guy named Billy Hitchcock, and he was the manager of the Braves one time and Baltimore. And he told me to my face, they called it the Grapefruit League. He said, you might think you good or you is good, but you'll never make it. I said, what you mean by that? I'm small, da-da-da. He said, no. Well, during that time, we was colored. I said, you kidding me? He said, no, you'll never make it. So the head scout from Detroit, it's in the story. I can't think of the name now. And like I tell people, he's dead now, but if they ever take me to his grave, I spit on it. I think he told me you need to go back home and play with the Bears. So that's what I did. I figured, well, they're gonna bring me the next day. So the next year I got invited there without having to pay or anything, and I had the same thing. And a guy named Paul, not Glover, Paul Glover. He came. He was a black guy. That year we had like 4 or 5 black guys. So he said, if you don't make it here, why don't you come with me with the Birmingham Black Barons? That was the Negro League was still going. And he said, you can play, I definitely know you will make it with the Birmingham Black Barons. But, you pay your own way once you make it. And I said, no, I'm going back, and I played with the Savannah Bears. And then in 60, that's when I got the letter to go to Cocoa, Florida. When I got there, the guy from the Twins watched me and told me da-da-da, how this and that. And the guy from the Clowns, who owned the Clowns at the time, he came and asked me did I want to play, and I signed the contract there, 1960. And then I re-signed early in 1961 in St. Petersburg, Florida. And my time with the Clowns was good, but then lately, all the guys I played with, I found out in 60, 61, but 2010, I found out why they didn't pick me up in Jersey. It took me that long.
Why is that?
Because the guy named Nature Boy Williams, when all the stuff they wrote up about me, I was going to be the next this and that, Russel, Crazy Legs, Patterson, dancing, taking over this, doing this here. I was the best dancer since Double Duty Green. He was the North Carolina Jitterbug champ, and I was the Georgia Jitterbug champ. And Nature Boy, then I used to dance with Nature Boy because they had a dress and stuff on. But the fans started liking me, and I found out that Nature Boy went to Ed Hammond. That's the guy who owned it. It was telling him if I stay, he was gonna quit. You know, he was making. I'm making $150 a month, but he was making like 500-600. But you know, he been with him like 3 or 4 years, so that's why I just went to Jersey. You know, but we was under contract. I was under contract, and that's why now they trying to get me a pension because you know, like I told them, I didn't ask to be released. Y'all told me I had to go, so I was by law I was still under contract with the Clowns. You know, so that's why I'm fighting now. Happened so they got me on the Major League Players Pension fund thing now. So I'm fighting that before other people. So.
So did you ever play with Nate Bobo Smalls on the Clowns?
No, he was with me, but it was later. That's what. See, Yogi Cortez was the guy who did all the twisting and all that stuff they call it. And who was the Bobo? I don't know whether Bobo, but a guy named a Cuban guy from his name Plato. He was the clown that when he threw the ball, the arm fall off. Nature Boy and me and Double Duty Green we did the dancing and all that stuff. Cause I got so then that I can get a chair and play first base. And when Floyd Green, called Flap Green, he live in North Carolina now, with shortstop, one of the best gloves you can see in your life. When he picked the ball up, they didn't see the chair behind me, so when he threw, I know where the ball gonna be at. I flop the chair down and catch it. So that's why they got a little pissed off about it. Be honest with you, you know. Then I got into shadow ball. Shadow ball is that you don't have a ball, and I got good doing that and dancing and stuff like that. So, but I really enjoy it. I learned a lot from the Clowns. Not only playing the game, but what life was all about. I mean, we had some experience, man. It was just, oh Lord, it was near death. You know, like if it's raining, we had to stay on the bus. No air conditioning. It was a great bus, no air conditioning. And if it's hot, we had to sleep under the bus. You know, and how we stopped a lot of places in the south and the north that we couldn't get diesel fuel or gas. You know, the hotels we couldn't get into. It was unbelievable. Yeah, we went through a lot. Yeah. And that's why I try to tell people, you know, the story about the Negro League. It wasn't no him. It wasn't that good, you know. And you played. You can go 0 for 4 today, you're going to catch the bus tomorrow. That don't mean you riding on the team. You going home. You know, it wasn't that easy. Yeah.
So when you were traveling around barnstorming through the country, what was it like overnight arrangements? Places to stay? Did you have hotels?
Bus. Yeah. Where they call it sitting on the can on the water cooler. If a guy named his name was Winston, chauffeur we call him. He driving, and if you had a driving license and stuff like that, you sit on the cooler to keep him awake, and then you can drive. Now, when I got in Texas, I thought I was going to drive the bus, but I ended up driving Ed Hammond around. And so, you know, that's on that. Yeah, that's why I learned a lot, that where to sleep at, where we going to be at. In Texas, it was different. Even much when we went to New England states, it was different, you know. People look at you. It was long as you playing the game, they didn't care. But you wasn't going to eat in their cafe, you know. And matter of fact, we was in Montpelier, Vermont, next to the Capitol. It was 8 o'clock in the morning, and we stayed in the hotel right next to the Capitol of Vermont. And I hurt my ankle or something, it swelled up. And I called my mother in Savannah. I said, look, I got to pitch tonight. And if I don't pitch tonight, I'm coming home, you know. So she said, look around, got any clay? I said, yeah. She said, go to the store and get you some, what they call red vinegar, apple cider. Put it in make a little mud thing, sap it on there. I guarantee you'll be all right tonight. And I was, you know. Matter of fact, I threw the 5-hitter that night. I was ready that night. But it was, then we went to either New Berlin or Berlin, New Hampshire. It was different than Montpelier. We went to Burlington, Vermont. It was totally different. Bangor, Maine, it was different. The best time I can tell anybody that we had when we went to Canada was at Montreal. I still don't like Montreal. I think that's the worst, most prejudiced town I ever been in my whole life. Montreal wasn't nothing to play with, but Toronto, uh, New Brunswick, and all up in that area, it was real nice. They treated us real good. Mm.
So what didn't you like about that city in Canada?
It was it, I guess I can say more respectable towards us. They enjoy us whether we played or not. You wasn't worried about walking down the street and everybody rolling their eyes at you like this. But like some some cities in New York State, man, it was bad. And the worst one in my life, we went to Huntsville, Alabama, 1960. And we were kind of dumb while we did this. Looking back, you're young, you don't care. We was in Washington D.C. Got him Joe Cherry and I at 15th and U. They had a hotel, the Dunbar Hotel in Washington D.C. We hanging out, missed the bus. You missed the bus, you was in trouble. We ain't had one penny in our pocket. So we had to be at Richmond, Virginia, which is 90-something miles from Washington, D.C. We had batting practice at 5 o'clock. Joe Cherry and I had one penny between us. I still don't know, and I'll tell anybody the honest God's truth, how we got from Washington, D.C. to Richmond. We was on time. Because if you weren't on time, Joe Cherry was a big prospect for San Diego, was a AAA team then. There was a AAA team. He was this guy was an unbelievable ball player. But we got there. It was two Canadian sisters, white, like you know what, we had sense enough. We left there and went to Huntsville, Alabama. The KKK found out that we had these white ladies in here. We had to sleep with baseball bats over us because they wasn't playing. Let me tell you, they wasn't playing. Looking back, we was dumb for doing this because we know 90% of the guys, all of us was from down south. We know what was going on, but we was, anyway, you understand, we wasn't going there. And then the most thing is I went back there in 63 for the Army at Russel and Arsenal. And it was still, to me, it was the same. Even much in the service, you couldn't go out that gate with that uniform on. But, that was the worst thing that ever happened to me when I was playing ball.
Can you describe that night a little bit? Like, what was going through y'all's heads? Like, what was the...
Well, we were playing. There wasn't no, we beat the town team like they sit there and brag, But then when we thought about it, the ladies came up and we seen all these cars going by. Wait a minute, something ain't right here, Then after they went back to the hotel, they let them go back to the white side, and we went back to the black side, and all of us sitting in this rooming house, and we thought about it. But then somebody looked out the window and said, man, there's a lot of white robes out there. So, let's go get some bats here. But we ain't going down, But later on, as I look at it today and 10 years last year, we was talking about it, it wasn't right what we did. It was just plain simple stupid, as young ball players,
All right. So when did you earn your nickname? Was it with the Clowns?
It was the Clowns. Because it might come from the dancing and the running, and, I was real fast. But we used to dance off of Sweet Georgia Brown and Elvis Presley's blue suede shoes. When Nature Boy and I used to dance, he had the dress on, and then I started getting, pushing him aside. I do my little thing. They call it the stinky leg now, but doing that stuff, it was a slop, and I was just, something to do, and that's when I got it from, And I laughed a lot when I played ball too. I mean, you can hit me at the ballpark, I'm still gonna laugh, But mostly it was just things that that he much. If I wasn't pitching, if I played outfield or first base, I always had something to do. So, yeah, it was just fun. And that stayed with me for a long time.
So other than Crazy Legs, I heard in one of your interviews that you described yourself as the Black Tie Cobb.
Well, not really. Is that it? Well, I can say hate now, but no, then, but now I understand what racism is. Doing that, believe it or not, whether it's true or not, Ty Cobb was the most racist person if you talk and listen to him. And I will always say, I'm better than him. He wasn't no bigger than me in a sense. His arm wasn't better than me. So, you want me to be Ty Cobb, I'd be him. But I wasn't going to be Jackie Robinson. I wasn't going to be Larry Doby. I want to be somebody who, Al Kaline, Rocky Colavina. That's who I wanted to be. Because, I was good not hitting, because I hit for average, not home run. I was good or better than them. But, sometimes you just have to either show it or you have to talk about it. And that's most of the guys who played in the Negro League at the time when the Negro League was hot. That's what we did. We always we always point to that guy over there, that white guy over there not better than me.
So I watched one of your interviews and it was saying how you didn't like being called the first. You didn't like that, being like the first this, the first
no
that.
no.
And does that kind of tie into how you didn't want to be compared to Jackie Robinson? You wanted to be compared to the Babe Ruths, the Ty Cobbs, all these
right.
great white players, because you wanted to say, I'm as good as them, if not better.
Right. Because like now, I'm 82 years old. I still don't like it. They always say, this is the first did this. This is the first do that. Well, I'm just going to give it straight. Hell, y'all didn't give us a chance to be nothing. Now all of a sudden we the first, this the first that. I mean, I don't know. It just like now, I can hate, they say the same thing. The first, well, we're not going to talk about the first black president, but everything, if you look at it now, any average black person do something now, they're the first. You never give us a chance, whether my age or the age coming up, like this young lady who did the Olympic thing. She the first. Yeah, I mean, you tell me in 1960, how many black kids was out there? Like Arthur Ashe. How come the sisters, they're the first black female? You never give us a chance. And that's why I used to tell them, y'all never give me a chance. And it's still the same thing here now. You can go through this town and look at that. Look at everything I coach here. I'm a winner. I got a ring in there big as all outdoors. A winner. Well, we're the first. No, because y'all don't let me coach. Yeah. You rather lose than to let me coach because you don't like me as a person. My color and my, well, let's put it this way. They think that I dominate kids. You heard of Johnny Appleseed, right? They think I'm a Johnny Appleseed. I lead kids to the right way. I lead kids to discipline. If you don't like it, then don't bother me. Well, you the first to do this. But right now, 2 schools, 3 of them I done went to in the championships, but they won't let me coach. They want me to ask them. I ain't asking them nothing. I drove the bus. We got kids now, they was in kindergarten. They're 6, 7 years old. When I go to the game just for the hell of it. To let kids know, y'all ain't playing no ball. Whether basketball, baseball. Young girls, young guys, the little ones, coach, why you don't do so-and-so? Because I am not going to come to that school and beg nobody to do nothing. I got too much pride for that. I can win ball games. Kids done left the school and go back somewhere else and one day, and you're going to tell me I don't have. The kids know I don't play. Discipline, your grades, and we win. Simple as that, dude. And I tell you a problem at Savannah State. I don't know whether you were there. They had a record in NCAA, the stolen base or the winning stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What happened in there? They all got Savannah State winning the what they call it.
Division One.
No, they put them on, what's the name from that? Oh, God. Probation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they put them on probation. Yeah. Now, when I was there, you couldn't hire me, but back to the same thing. You hired a white guy supposed to be changing something? Come on, yeah. Hell, if I go to Florida, Puerto Rico, you turn right, I can win. You know, you getting ball players. You understand? You getting ball players. In Savannah, you're going to get basketball players, football, but you're not going to get great basketball players no more. You know, and then you end up with Savannah High, done changed. Grove, Jenkins, done changed, right? But then they had Benedict, whether nobody understand, Benedict and Savannah High were the best two schools, white schools, that produced ball players. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. Still. But that's why I tell them, don't tell me I'm the first this, the first that. No, I don't. I wish if we have a reunion this year, I'm going to send you some stuff so you can talk to Dr. Ravel and let him invite you down there. They'll tell you, man. Cam, if you talk to Cam will tell you, I don't play. I don't like what they're doing, and I'm going to tell you, if you don't like it, don't bother me. See, I done talked to the general manager, Birmingham Barons. I talked to all of them. I tell all of them, what y'all doing to us is wrong. And this year, they really told me put tape over my mouth and be quiet. Because I said, y'all crazy. This is from 2010 to now, this is our anniversary, and you going to bring somebody else? They never played it? I said, y'all got to be kidding me. Yeah. And then you got guys, no legs. They put us up so high, I swear, I really thought I seen an angel. That's how we was up there. Then they give us hot dogs, hamburgers, and pork and beans. Half of these guys ain't got no teeth in their mouth. Well, you're old, and I said, no, I took care of myself. I'm blessed what I do. And y'all think I'm going to fall for this? And I told the manager, the Birmingham Black Baron, the general manager, I say, my name ain't Rosa Park. He didn't understand what I was talking about. He said, what you mean? You're not going to put me in the back of the bus. You put us in the back of the bus. So, I know it was tough this year, but like I told him, hey, you asked me to say something, I say that, you know. So I don't know whether they're going to change, but I know one thing, Cam and Doc done got a mind that they're going to do something themselves, you know. But I don't want to be the first, you know, and I darn sure ain't going to be the last, you know.
So, kind of going off that, what do you think about Major League Baseball now recognizing the stats of the Negro Leagues?
Bull. All they doing is coming up from the racism that we had a long time ago. Why do it take a young white kid, 13 years old, to find out that I played baseball? I've been doing, from all my life, I was trying to find stuff there. I went back to Savannah to the Tribune. They closed now. I can't find nothing about Savannah Bears. Why? You go to Herald. I don't know whether the Herald's still there on Montgomery Street. But why? I go to Savannah Evening News. Why we can't find nothing about Savannah Bears? Because nobody cared. Now all of a sudden, the Major League going to come out and say, if we played here, in the Negro League, rather, because Savannah's supposed to have a Negro League team. And you're going to tell me all of a sudden I'm great now? But you ain't giving me, that's another thing I was telling them. If y'all not going to give, if you play 4 years in the Negro League, you get a pension. But how with the other guys? Give us a card that we can go to any ball game that we want to go to, any Major League ball game. And that's why I was telling them, I told Doc and Cam, it's full of it. It's full of junk. Yeah, they're making money off us, and plus they are trying to cover up what happened, you know. And they keep talking about the Jackie Robinson. Yeah, Jackie Robinson was he wasn't the greatest ball player, but, you know, he was the guy here. whether I take junk or not, but this might be a living for me, and which it was. Whether people know Jack Russell gonna get court-martial. You know, I got a little born and raised in Camden, South Carolina, right there, Larry Doby. Moved to Patterson, New Jersey. Nobody talk about him. He was the first black in the American League. But that's what I tell them. Don't come tell me I'm a major leaguer now, and you still can't find records about me. Cam Perone, the only one, find all that stuff for me, and then charge me a penny for it. Major leaguers don't care. Still. And that's why I tell everybody they sucks. I don't care. You can delete all you want.
So going back to the Clowns then, because that was your league. You were professional. You guys really did it. What was it like playing those last kind of years of it? The barnstorming after integration and finally taking its toll.
It's 1920 to 1960. It actually started 1961, but 1960, my last game was one of the best games that I understand that I love against the Birmingham Black Barons at Rickwood Field in Birmingham, Alabama. I was winning against the Birmingham Black Barons. I had a guy named Willie Smith. I had two strikes. Van Russian was the catcher. He died in Boston. Anyway, he was the catcher. I had 2 strikes, 2 outs, winning on Willie Smith, left against lefty. I shuck him off. Popped up. No, the batter before him popped up. If I'd let the guy caught it, we'd have been out there in it. No, me and my big mouth, I go there, I got it, dropped the ball, right? So he on first. Willie Smith come up, had 2 strikes on him. The guy called for a fastball, no. Lefty against lefty, I'm going to throw him a curve. I hung the first one, boom, foul ball. I came back, I done hang the second one. If you go to Birmingham Rickwood Field right now, in right field, they got that tower. He hit that ball over that tower. I mean, it's still going from 1960. And that was my most downfall that I ever thought about playing in the Negro League. And Willie Smith ended up with the Angels and all these other good stuff like that. Shoot.
What did you think about the integration of the Clowns when the Clowns started bringing in white players?
Stink.
Yeah.
Simple. Yeah. I was playing in Syracuse against. They had an over 30 league in Syracuse, and they allowed me to play in it. 49, 50 years old, and I was playing outfield, and the guy, I don't know, he had a little shot between the left field and center field. And matter of fact, the guy who was playing the Sam Jones, not the Sam Jones for the Giants, the pitcher. This kid went to Ithaca College, and anyway, white kid. He playing, and I ran over. He got a shot. This is a triple. I just went over there and backhand the ball, in the air like it was nothing. I'm 50 years old. Backhand, turn around, throw the BB to third, and we started talking. He said, "Oh, you play with the Clowns?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You play with them?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "No, you didn't." So when he started talking to me, I said, "Oh God, they really didn't integrate." And then he was telling me how it was and the college kids, and then they went from the bus to the school bus and all that stuff. But it wasn't close to nothing, That was in 80 something. That's when that was it, I found a lot of guys in Texas now that played with the Clowns. When I went, I just coaching. I did some speaking engagements at Long State College last year. I met him, and he was a black guy. He said he played. I said, "Yeah, but y'all didn't play like we did. We was for real, But the other stuff was just trying to keep it going. But the Negro Baseball League really went. It just the Raleigh Tigers, the Memphis Tigers, they just went because they wasn't paying the guys, But I just think they should have stopped when they should have stopped, and go ahead and give us our glory and get it over with,
So when you were done with the Clowns, did you start trying to break into the MLB, or is this when you went to New Jersey?
Now I went. I went to New Jersey, and soon as I got to New Jersey, the team called was the Patterson. No, it wasn't the Patterson Orioles. But anyway, it was the team I playing with before I got drafted in the service. I started with them, then I started what they call the Patterson Invaders. A lot of guys from Alabama, which was, if it was today, they'd have been playing Major League Ball. Uh, you know, regardless of what they say, it was still racism. And I played with them for a while, and then I got drafted in the service. And after I came out the service in Patterson, that's when I really started playing with the Patterson Black Sox. And I started playing with them, and that's when everything started working. But the first year I went back after first year I went back is that they had a Metropolitan League. It was all white. I mean, they were lily white. Let me tell you. They had a guy named Ray Lyles played with the Patterson Phillies. You might heard of him. Johnny Briggs went from East Side to the Phillies to Milwaukee. Well, he did like 16 years in this thing. But they had Ray Lyles. Then they had the West Side Merchant with me and a guy named Sammy. They won't play me at all. I don't know why. Then I got my release and went to the Pump and Play, and that's when I started beating everybody. But then I found out I can play what they call the Black League. The the Montclair, and then the Newark League and stuff. I mean, them guys playing Saturday and Sunday, man, they was betting $4,000 and $5,000. Wow. So if you win, you get 10% of it. Because they always used to, I play for anybody. I didn't care who it was, You heard about me, I'm a pitch, But that's when I went to Jersey. I really learned how to pitch, not throw. I learned how to pitch. And that's when I started winning games, and then I started playing first, and then I ended up, somebody said, well, why don't you coach? And then I ended up coaching, then I ended up managing, but still playing, Because I went from one team for a long time, the Black Sox, until then some guys got a little angry about where they was playing at, so they wanted to form another team, and I ended up managing a team called the Patterson Orioles. And we were one of the richest semi-pro team, non-professional, as somebody back in New Jersey. Because we used to come down every holiday on the bus and all that stuff. We was dressed with the Patterson Orioles. We was dressed just like Baltimore Orioles. I mean, perfect to the T. And my wife was telling the guy yesterday how she don't understand how the grown men played for me. Because, I mean, I was, you didn't drink. We played Saturday and Sunday. You better call me Friday night. You better be home. I don't care. In somebody's house. I don't care what it. So, that's what I ended up until I start moving around, stuff like that.
So moving into some civil rights and stuff. Were you active at all in the civil rights movement or anything like that?
I was active when I signed in Savannah, 1960. I was supposed to go to the YMCA. No, I was supposed to go to Coca-Cola Company and be a representative for speak all that stuff. But in my mind, the YMCA downtown off of Gwinnett and West Broad Street, Martin Luther King, it had big YMCA. They was all black. I said, well, my mother always into the United Funds and all that stuff, She said, well, why don't you try to help these people? And the guy who was running them office something to director, he said, we'll take care of that. That was the biggest wrong move I ever made. They didn't do nothing, But I was always standing up when I really started listening at what life was all about. When I got out of high school, like working, I worked for, they call the Springfield Dairy. Then I went to the 7-Up Balling Company out on where the old Walmart's out on Victor Drive, going to the college. What I found out that color had a lot to do with whether you get somewhere. That's when I really got into it. I just during that time, blacks and white didn't go to the drive-in movies. I made sure I went. I didn't know how I was gonna get back, but I went. And matter of fact, at Gracie Stadium, the only time they let us play in Gracie Stadium was Beach and Woodville football game. And the next night they used to have Savannah High, and I got a call at my mother's house. Thought I was somebody else, and the guy named Miller, I think it was Larry Miller or something. He was a big running back, a white kid, went to Savannah High School. And the young lady thought I was him. She said, well, meet me at Gracie Stadium. And my mother said, you got to be kidding me. If you go out there, you ain't coming back. So that's when I really got into what racism is. And the older I got going to the service, and the more I got when I could understand what money had to do with color, what it had to do with that, that's my life. That's when I changed my life, Yeah. If I always demand stuff. If you want me to do so and so, so pay me. If you didn't pay me, and I quit. I actually quit a lot of good jobs. I'm talking about during that time, say 70, 80. I mean, we were talking about making $100,000 a year. I used to tell all of them go to hell. That just
So talking about Daffin Park in Savannah, there is a case actually made it all the way up to the Supreme Court where Nathaniel Wright and others versus Georgia. In this case, 6 students, Nathaniel Wright, Charles L. Smart, Rasco White, James W. Thomas, Benjamin Carter, and Judson Ford, were arrested for unlawful assembly while playing basketball in a white area of Daffin Park, Savannah, Georgia. The park was generally on limits for colored children, but the basketball court was not. All were sentenced to $100 fines and 5 months imprisonment, except for Wright, who drew a $125 fine and 6 months in prison. Do you remember anything about that, or?
No, that had to be after I left. It had to be 1970s.
62, I believe.
When I left. No, I was 66. 60. No, 62, I was in Jersey. I know what they're talking about. Daffin Park. That's where Gracie Stadium at. That football field, the pool. You get caught in the pool, you're in trouble. It's simple as that. You did not go into Daffin Park, period, if you're black. They're just simple. A lot of kids come from East Side and come in there. And that's around Victor Drive, Abercone, in that section. That was pure white. That was Savannah High was. They used to walk from there to Daffin Park. And I don't remember that case because I was going then. But my mother might there because she was telling me about how the problem. And a guy named W.W. Law used to be a mailman. He used to be my scoutmaster. I talked to him about some stuff right there. But that's what the problem that we had in Savannah. And everybody kind of block it off. And that's during the time, I think, when they supposed to be integrating the school. And my mother and I got together and was saying, that's the worst thing they ever thought about doing. Why are you going to take a kid from over here and send them 5 o'clock in the morning over here? Why not just get good teachers? And that's why, I got in an argument about that. But I know I went back home in 61, and I went back home in 62 before I got drafted in the service. Because I got drafted in the service December 12, 1962. But I was always against integrating in the school. Always against that. You ain't learning no. You're not learning no more. You're still gonna come out dumb. I used to tell them all the time. But then when I started going back home, we're dealing with my nephews and stuff like that. I can see the problem.
So there's also another thing here. It says Savannah, Georgia. The city's Daffin Park swimming pool was closed Tuesday after 3 Negro boys tried to use it. Is that a common thing?
Yo, shoot, yeah. I'm telling you, you shouldn't. going to Victor Drive, going when you go to Savannah State, instead of taking Victor Drive and go all the way to the end where what the name of that damn road is now. You go all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. K-Mox. It used to be a big K-Mox over there. We used to go that way to Victor Drive, but you had to go all the way in the east side, Price Street and all that stuff, way in to go to either go straight in to Wilmington Island, Thunderbolt, before you get there. And that always been a problem. That whole Victor Drive, that whole Gracie Stadium thing is come from this. I used to know who was Gracie's man. Gracie was who they named after Gracie. But that was the problem. You did not go out there and walk unless your butt going to jail. It's just simple. That's all it was. Because matter of fact, when I was 16, 17 years old, every now and then a lady on Abercone used to, I worked on Bonnet and then Gaston, and she used to order groceries, and I used to ride my bike out there. That's the only reason the cops didn't bother me. Yeah. And the same thing when I was saying about Forsyth Park. You know, they had they had about 8 teams out, 8 fields. And during that time, the American Legion was really the American Legion in Savannah. And I used to come through there, deliver my stuff, come through by the fountain, come in the back, and look at that one field. Number 1 was the best field there. And I used to stand there and look. And we had a young white kid. He didn't know nothing about no racism. You know, he said, come on out here. Could you play? I said, yeah, I got my gloves here. So I was just running the ball down. And the coach looked at me, and he called me. I said, oh, God, now they're going to run me off the field, He told me to my face. He said, if I can paint your face white, you'll be my center field. And that's when I found out. I said, boy, this is something else, But we couldn't play in Forsyth Park, and I know them kids on the Legion team could not play me. I know that. The same guy, Ken Harrison, I used to chase balls with him out there by Daffin Park. That's the only time I stayed out in Daffin Park. Yeah, you did not, I'm telling you, you did not hang in Daffin Park. It just, if you want to go to jail. And the other one was Bacon Park on the other side over there. No, you didn't do it. It's simple, White Bluff Road, yeah. And if you go out there where all the softball fields at now, there's a golf course out there. When I was in school, we plant every pine tree out there for nothing. Yeah, now you go do what you want to do, but I still think it's wrong of what they're doing. They actually patronizing, It's okay. Yeah. They actually forgetting about a lot of things. You don't supposed to let it bother you, but I always tell people if you don't know where in the hell you came from, you sure don't know where in front of you there. And I just think if you don't teach what's happening, you're going to keep having the same thing. And I think that's the problem we got now.
So I heard from Gator Rivers that in Savannah, when you were walking through the areas down there, that blacks weren't really supposed to walk through the squares.
No. I can tell you everyone from City Hall, they had. Well, if you come from City Hall, I'm sure they tore it down since you went to school. They had the slave market right there. And the next, from the City Hall, the next one, Park. Next one, Park. You didn't even walk through Forsyth Park. And you get down on Bonnet Street, you better run. I'm going to tell you, it's funny now. You better run. The only reason they didn't bother me there because I worked on that Bonnet and Gaston, and they knew who I was. But you did not walk through there because you're going to jail. It's just simple, And it was, Gator went to Beach. Gator was way after me, He was a hell of a basketball player. Anyway, but I know in the first one they had a Tommy Chi memorial thing on the Indian thing. And if you stand up around there, it was trouble. That's why I tell people I can go back to where the slave market thing was, and they had Crest in the barbershop. That was Mr. Grant barbershop. Was it? I used to work for him in the barbershop. Then I worked for him. He cut only white hair. Then I come Geach Road on 37th Street. Mr. Miller, he only cut black hair. So I was working in between. I'm serious. I was working between both of them. But Savannah was really bad. That people don't know is that you had to stay on what they call your side, and it was that's just where it is, you know. But my thing is, when it happened, nobody want to change. You know, you can burn down and tell all you want, but you still ain't changing nothing. You know. And then my mother, when they used to call her the male Savannah, Ruth White, her name was. And if you want anything done, you really talk to her, you know. But man, I don't care what nobody says. Savannah wasn't nothing to play with. Yeah, it wasn't. Because I mean, I got in my only trouble is when I worked for 7-Up Bottling Company. The guy called me the N-word, and he gonna tell me what I got to do. I know 7-Up Bottling Company used to be way out Victor Drive, and him and I got into it, and then he pulled a gun on me. I mean, he shot 9 shots at me. I mean, just like this, but I don't know whether the Lord was with me, but all I know, I got out the way. And I went down. It used to be, they used to sell a little hamburgers next to Grace Stadium there. And I'm standing to the policeman. He said, "Oh, God, a lot of trouble down here, right?" and I seen we call it Black Riot, police thing pick you up. And I said, "Lord, if I go home and they come to my house, my mother gonna kill me. I ain't worrying about the police. My mother gonna kill me." So I went and told them, and I went to jail. The court, the same. I don't know whether the police department down there by the historical cemetery. When I went to jail and my mother found out I was in there, it was hell in Savannah. I'm telling you, it was hell. And when I got, you know, they did the little court and blamed me for all this stuff, and I said, "Oh God, I got to start waking up now." And you know, which I did, you know, but it just so much that I feel bad about Savannah now. I think it's going to the worst, and it's come from who's who in Savannah, the politicians, you know. Because when I read your thing about what we're trying to do, nobody want to do nothing. I mean, we got, like you say, the Salad League, we got Sportsman Park. They don't want to find out what happened there. You know, nobody don't want to remember that, you know, we couldn't go to Gracie Stadium, you know. We couldn't play there, you know. But they bring in other things. Then when Armstrong State, which is Armstrong, they can play there. Armstrong State baseball field was better than Savannah State baseball field. And Coach Roberts was something else. You know, I met him, talked to him. But they had more stuff in a shorter year than school been over 100 years. And that's what I'm trying to do here at Morris College. P15 is the Legion team can go to the field, Raleigh Park, and take over. But you got a college here. They can't. They have to play around somebody else. The guy's scared of their job. That's all it is. You know life. You know. Yeah.
Let me change the SD card real quick in this one. All right. We're back in action. All right. So, where are we? All right. So you definitely faced discrimination throughout playing, right?
Yes. All the way up to now. I still think it's most. I think this time now is the same as before. My opinion, I haven't seen nothing. And they don't tell me about no better jobs, none of that stuff, because I earn. If you think, use your brains, you can still get a job. You can't walk around saying that somebody owe you something. And I always tell people, you don't owe me nothing, because I'm going to earn it. If I can't earn it, I don't want it. You know, that's the way I'm at, you know. I had opportunity on the job, like I say, making the ceramic. It's not too many people can do ceramic, called metallurgy or ceramics, ceramists, working precious metal and stuff. I just learned it. I learned it to better myself, so I can, you know, for my family and stuff like that. So, you know, I always tell them all the time, you can't take it from me. And during the 70s, late 70s, when what the government want to give every black person the opportunity. I don't forgot what the name of it. Give you a job and stuff. So they try to make me, like I'm manufacturing manager, they try to make me the vice president of this company. I said, no. He said, well, you get more. No. Why you going to make me the vice president, then you going to fire me later on? I don't know nothing about being over. My job is to run a company to make money, not to go out there and try to get money, to make the money, So, they mad at me because I turned that down. I said, well, that's life. But I think racism is really bad. I really do. People don't want to discuss. The only thing I see in racism is that they don't want to discuss what need to be discussed. And just like we have Black History, I do Black History for the school every year. Black History Month. 400 something years, and you gonna think we're gonna learn something in a month? It's not gonna work. Let understand and quit getting mad at each other and understand why. Now, I heard a lot of people get mad with me because I don't even taking all these statues down. You take these statues down, you are not learning history. Why are you taking them down? You're not learning history. You want to know what happened, especially young kids. But back to the same thing, a lot of young kids don't care, And like I say, I don't feel sorry for none of them. My job is to try to teach you. If you don't want to learn, that's your problem.
So when you were traveling down to Florida, I remember seeing one story about you getting heckled in Lakeland, Florida. Can you tell me a little bit
Oh,
about
my
that?
goodness. That's another one I love. At Detroit Tigers, at Merchant Stadium, at the end of the 2 weeks you're down there, everybody go to the big stadium and play. And they had this kid on the mound, boy, he was throwing, well, you understand with BB smoke and all that stuff. So I'm a right-handed batter. I throw lefty, but I'm a right-handed batter, and I just figured him out, So he going to come outside, and I hit a shot to right field. And when I got to first, no way in the world they can get me on this one here. So I went to second, and my mind made up I was going to third anyway, because there ain't no way in the world he has his arm that good. They just couldn't get me on my speed. So if I round second, I can hear this somebody in the stands holler, run in, run. And I looked at this white kid. I said, I didn't tell him, but in my mind, I said, let me tell you, I know you didn't say it, but Lord is going to help you when I get there. Because I'm going to send you in the stand. And it happened so the ball hit and bounced over the head, and I hit third, and I scored on it. I had a double and an error on that. So, but, I've seen a lot. They had a guy in the Tigers, and this, I don't understand it. Racism, money, whatever. Kid named Boss, he was from Chicago, Illinois. Played third base. He couldn't pick up water. He was bad. But the Tigers signed him, and that what really made my eyes open up. He was bad because his daddy was out there, But he was bad. He was unbelievable. And we had a kid in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. The Yankees, 1960, the Yankees gave him $50,000 bonus, and that was big time. He was on the mound. He's throwing BBs. We couldn't touch him for 3 innings. Somebody up there, well, I told y'all them ends ain't worth 2 cents. So the manager them called Phony. He said, look, we're not going to touch this guy. Touch this guy what we're doing, because I was playing right field that night. He said, we got to do something. So I said, well, stop bunting the ball. We bunt the ball. We start bunting. And he really started crying. And then the next guy, we had the base loaded, the next guy up, I think it was Van Russian, somebody came, he hit a BB, we just killing him. We can hear his mother up there saying, y'all killing my little boy. And we got together. We didn't tell her now, she white now, we ain't stupid, you know what I'm saying? We gonna kill him some more. Oh, by 2 innings, we ran him off that mound. We made him cry. Literally, grown man, 20-something years old, cry. Yeah. See, you don't know this game like we do. We start butting them shoes.
So how would you say you were treated in white towns, either north or south, when you were traveling around?
Because I was the boss. See, that's one thing I took the advantage of, and like some people say I shouldn't. When like first time I went to Jersey, Jersey we started the company Dialect Labs. It was Dave Blue for white guy and me. We started the company, but then like here we go again. I'm the only and the first black starting this company. So when we come in there, all I had was white working for me, right? So we started in '74 and '78. We sold it to a company upstate New York. Yeah, after we sold it to them, here I'm the only black. I'm the first black at this company. So to do the ceramics that I had to take, the company they put $1 million insurance on me so I can take the equipment up. Anyway, when I got there, and when I first got there, I told them straight out, you don't call me boy, you call me Mister, either I call you Mister, either one you want. But, male already. Anyway, I was the first black, It was always, and I took advantage of it. Casanova, New York, town of 3,200 people. Three blacks. I took the advantage of it. I mean, my business. Because they gave me a ticket one time, and I told them, no, this is my spot. That the big company told me to park my van. Now, if you bother me again, I'm going home. When they found out that I ran that company, it was like, no, you don't. You ain't going to do what you want to do. I'm telling you. And it's the same thing when I had my son up there. He took the advantage of it because he could have did anything. I mean, who is your daddy, Russel Patterson? Oh, go ahead, My wife would tell you, well, we put up with a lot with that. Well, by him taking advantage. But I took the advantage of it, yeah. I went to California, opened up a plant, took the advantage of it. Y'all don't tell me what to do. Y'all the one paying me to come here, So.
All right, so you said that you served in the military. What branch, and can you tell me?
I was in the Army. I was in the missile and radars. I went to Redstone Arsenal for schooling, electronic missile radars, and then I ended up in Dachau, Germany, where the concentration camp was. When I went there, the first day I got there, Colonel wanted me to drive for him, and I looked at him as, he said, you got any feelings about us? Nope. He said, well, what your MLS? MLS is the 250, they call it. They said, they send you to school, and you driving a car? I said, what the hell you telling me for? You the one. But anyway, I ended up with a small outfit called $500 Detachment. There was about 40-something guys, and I ended up, I was the only one can drive the trucks and stuff like that, and I took advantage of them. And I went to school for missile and radars, but then when I got to Germany, I put it on myself to learn how to run diesel generators, and I had like 6 of them, ran the whole thing on it. And I went from less than 2 years, I made Spec 4, which was really good in your grades. But I stayed over 18 months, and that's one of the most joyful time I had. It was fun. I couldn't play ball over there because I went with a little town when they found out I can play ball. And then a colonel came and got me and took me to what they call Kaiserslautern, New York, Kaiserslautern, Germany, and I played ball. And I actually went out for the football team. And I said, no, this ain't work. But then I played basketball in Dachau and then played baseball in Kaiserslautern.
So you played baseball over in Germany?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
It was fun, but I had a little racist coach. The Mets had signed him, and he thought he was good. He wasn't. He wasn't worth 2 cents in my book. But him and I couldn't get along. Be honest with you, I couldn't get along with nobody in the service because I didn't like what they was doing. But I stated what they call like you here, but there's no witness around, so I can tell you to go to hell. Especially the officers, I can tell you to go to hell in a minute. I told Colonel 2-star journals, hey, y'all can go. But I made sure nobody was around. And we was matter of fact, I played in Berlin, and I'm throwing good, but then he want to put, after I done pitched and did all my work, he want to put somebody else, and they were getting brains blowed out. We going to East Berlin, through East Berlin. It was only 2 blacks in that pitch, and there were only 3 blacks on the team. we on a train going through East Berlin, and this Russian Russian soldier, the train stopped every 10 minutes, and the Russian soldiers start calling us the N-word. Oh, we had bats with us. And Captain, no, y'all finna do something wrong here. So, those are things we had in the service too. But I enjoyed playing it, what I did play, And basketball, I played with some good shooters, man. Guy from Mississippi, he was unbelievable. But baseball, it was fun, I just didn't like our manager that we end up we had a sergeant came in. He loved fast pitch. I played on the fast pitch team. Then we go play fast pitch, play slow pitch. In slow pitch, we had the same coach, manager playing, and we used to fight. Him and I used to fight. We fought. Because once you play sports, your rank don't mean nothing, and we were. It was unbelievable, man. I'm telling you. I was a mess in the service. That's why a lot of guys say now they lucky I ain't in jail. I was a mess. I did what I was supposed to do, but I didn't like nobody to push me around. I just didn't like it. When I found out what racism was all about, If you sit there and I tell kids you scratch your behind and your head and stuff, people gonna think you're dumb. And I made up my mind, you're not gonna think I'm dumb, I got you covered. You can't cut this generator on because you don't know how to work it. And if them generators don't run, them people come from Washington, D.C. quick. And, and one lieutenant, we had a missile roll off a launcher. That missile cost $2 to $3 million. And it cracked. And let me tell you, he wasn't no lieutenant no more. He was gone. They sent him out. That is true. But, other than that, it was... I tried to play in Alabama, but they won't let me. In Alabama, you went to school. It had to be the act of Congress before you can get out of school. Yeah, it wasn't nothing to play with when I went to Alabama. So.
So when you were playing baseball over there, did you just play American teams, or did you play teams from other countries?
No, we played Air Force. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in the Army. Then we played the Air Force team. Yeah, basketball and baseball.
All right. Let's see here.
Matter of fact, I met one guy, Willie Brown. Oh, he just died about 4 years ago. I met him over there, but I didn't know who he was until we got the reunion and to find out he played with the Birmingham Black Bears. Yeah.
So when you were playing with the Clowns, did you see yourself more as a performer or a ball player?
Both. Matter of fact, I say three: performer, ball player, and a manager, a coach, and a manager. I seen things. Excuse me. I seen things that we did made us win because we supposed to win any time. But I seen things that I wanted to bring back when I get out the service and teach. It's just. When I went from the Clowns, I went straight to the service. And I said, when I get back, this is what I'm going to do. Because the Clowns is that if you didn't win, you go home. It's simple as that, So it's from the Clowns to the service to the streets, I call it. That's when I learned about coaching and stuff. Discipline, a lot of discipline.
So when you were playing with the Clowns, the story I read was about Yogi. Can you tell me about that story?
No. XXXX. Yogi was, what do they call it? He twists his body all up. He wasn't a ball player. He was a fun guy to be around. And the little money we was making, Yogi was making more than the night going to the nightclubs. Because he get on the stage and do all the twists and stuff. I first started off with Nature Boy we was teammates, busmates and roommates. But then he started acting stupid, and me being from Georgia, you just wasn't gonna mess with me. So then we put Yogi with me, and that's when I found out how important I was to the Clowns when we was on that bus. I said, I'm not gonna sit here, and he is not gonna open this window. Then y'all don't like me no more. I said, well, if you open this window, I'm not gonna pitch tonight. So they already had me scheduled a pitching, and he said, well, y'all don't like me and put me off the bus, so just stop and put him off the bus. And all I know, we was in the mountain of West Virginia. When we got to Morgantown, West Virginia, Yogi was there. And they still don't know how, if they reading that book, they still don't know how he got there. But he was a teammate, but my best teammate, and I didn't know this when he died, 2-3 years ago. But then when I ran into him in 2011, 2012, and with JC, he was a catcher. He was, I don't know, he kept me out of trouble. And, I didn't know it then, but from the reunion, the way we talked, he kept me out of trouble. Because if it was, excuse me, if it wasn't my mouth, is that I always wanted to fight all the time. I wanted to fight, you don't bother me. But then he was the catcher that, J.C. Castleberry, he was the catcher that I really respect now. And the way he helped me, because I'm little and he up here. But Van Rushing was the best catcher that I had. Van was, he ended up, the Clowns sold him for like $25,000. And he went to Boston. They didn't give him nothing, like $5,000. But he ended up playing in the Midwest. He was fast, can hit. He was unbelievable. But J.C. Castleberry was the best friend that I had, and I lost him 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I lost him. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who's the best player you think you ever played with?
It's two of them. I thought Floyd Green from North Carolina, had the best glove that I ever seen. He was big as a wind, but he was unbelievable. He didn't miss nothing. And the best hitter and overall ball player was Joe Cherry. Yeah. Van Rushing was good, could hit, but Joe Cherry just had what they call a God-given arm. He ended up with everybody. San Diego, Phillies. He was a pitcher. He can play anyway, but he ended up with a catcher. He had an arm. It was unreal. But talking about throwing 200 miles an hour, he can throw 200 miles. Joe Cherry was unbelievable. He sit there and he takes, you see this? See if you can hit it. He, in catching the same thing, Van Rushing was a better catcher than him up here, because Van, know how to call a game. There wasn't no coaching calling no game or manager. It was called, but Joe Cherry was the best all-around ball player with me. But Flap Green was the best fielder I ever seen. Now, Birmingham Sam, he came in a 61 when I was going to. They said he was good with the glove. I seen him, but I don't think he was better than Flap Green. On that thing, Bingo Long, the guy who the mute, that's Birmingham Sam.
So what do you think about that movie, Bingo Long?
I think it was a bunch of, should have been a cartoon. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. A lot of things I look at about what they do for blacks, they make us look stupid. They make us look ignorant. And I don't know if I get it from my mother, my father, or just through life. The only time I'm going to show you my teeth a lot, like I tell them, why you smile so much? Because I tell people I brush my teeth, that's why. But I said, when I show you my teeth, I'm just like a lion. I'm going to get on you, so you better leave me alone. I'm not going to sit there and frown and let you figure me out. When I look at the stuff, either they smiling or they doing, it just don't look like ball players. Either do it like you're supposed to. Like I watched some of the stuff about the batting and stuff like that. Hell, I can show you batting my damn car right now. I had a Black Beauty. Man, that thing heavy as hell. They still won't understand how I can pick it up. My thing was to get a longer bat, heavy end, and stack the ball. But some of the stuff that they're doing now don't make sense to put for us to see. Yeah, it's history. That I wrote a thing about they always bring up the 1890s and stuff on Black History. All you do is just look on, you'll see it. What happened to the guys from 1920 to 60? Y'all ain't got nothing about us then? You know, I'm serious. The guy say, y'all are not, it is history. You know, and like the Birmingham Black Barons, they talking about the Kansas City Monarchs. I think they were the better team, a better noise team than the Kansas City Monarchs. Because, I mean, it's some guys came from that Birmingham Black Barons unreal, man. It was unbelievable. Just looking and talking to them, oh, God, that unreal. But I think they make it a comical out what they do now for us. And sometimes I'm really against it sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Like I say, you can't do nothing. And when I get on that Facebook, they'll say so-and-so did so-and-so, the notification stuff. No, that's wrong. Why y'all don't talk to people who try to find people who still living? I wrote a thing about the Braves. 2017, I think they invited us when they moved to the new stadium. Hank Aaron died this year. Hank Aaron acknowledged the book. Why in the devil y'all don't invite us to all the stuff you had before the World Series to acknowledge that Hank Aaron played with the Clowns and the Negro League? You're making money off us. You know, why not? But they don't think that way. And I think it's wrong, you know. Because, I mean, my wife would tell you, like when it was Jersey, the team I had in Jersey, I didn't have no sponsor. You know, I took money out of my pocket like I supposed to, because this is what I wanted to work, you know. And I talked to a lot of scouts to try to get the guys to go somewhere. I do it now. I write letters to try to get kids to go to different places. If you don't want to go, that's your problem, you know. But I just think we're just getting screwed as a Negro League now. I really do. Yeah, really screwed, you know. The whole idea of make money, you know. And they don't tell me about their poll.
So speaking of Henry Aaron, did you ever get to meet him, play with him, because he was with the Clowns?
I met him. I never. He was there 53 and I came in 60. I met him twice at the old stadium and the Braves. And then at the new one, we went to downtown Atlanta to the Civic Center, the Civic for the blacks, the new thing they made. And we did all our autograph and all that stuff there. They had a big day for us, because I had took my wife and my my sister. All they met in Atlanta. They put us up good. Like I told the guys, they think something wrong with me anyway. You know, they treat us like real slaves that time. I mean, we were VIP. I mean everything. Let me tell you, it was everything. You know, we did our autograph and stuff, and we talked to him. But before he died, in the book, we had supposed to get together and do this here. I have talked to him 3 times. One time I cursed him. Hit me in my mouth again. He thought he was supposed to meet us somewhere in Atlanta, but he didn't meet us because he told me he was too busy. But then I seen him later on, you know, him and Bryant Jordan and what the guy named Kent used to play for the Dodgers, went to Atlanta, and he back to the Dodgers. I don't know where he at now. I cursed him out. I'm serious. I cursed him out in that field, a new field over there. I said, damn, you getting paid $14-15 million and you hitting 2 something. He said, crazy leg, I'm gonna whoop you. I said, well, come on, you ain't saying nothing. And when they took us out there, Hank Aaron had supposed to be up in the thing talking, waiting on us. He wasn't there. So as I was coming out, I was the last person off the field. They said, well, we got to get off the field because they got to fix the field. But they were playing Cincinnati Red Legs. And all the guys came out. Kent, all of them he was in the dress. We was talking. Then the Cincinnati Red teams came out about the autograph. And the lady said, well, you can't stop. I said, the hell you preach, I can't. I said, this ain't going to never happen again for me. So I autographed all them. Then the guy said, a fan, crazy leg. My wife, this our Atlanta anniversary or something, her birthday, will you sign this? Lady said, no, you can't do. I said, miss, let me tell you something right now. I might not never get this again. So you can get mad all you want. You can get your ass with you. So Yeah, you can get you where you want to go. So I did that, and we went up there, and you remember Hammer? Hammer had I supposed to dance with Hammer. I mean, I was so tired, man. My wife said, "You're gonna die." I said, "I'm gonna die tonight," but I didn't dance with him. But that's the last time I talked to Hank Aaron.
So you cursed Hank Aaron out,
Sure, yeah, I didn't care.
the home run king.
I didn't care. Hey, something like that. I'm serious, and I'm gonna tell you another. Who the other one they? Oh God, what his name was? You remember Homie Killer Brew?
Mm-hmm.
When we was in Birmingham, he that was supposed to be our day, right? He was the top seller, whoever it was. He came out there, and him and I got into it. The only one I didn't do, Fergus Jenkinson, he was nice. He came and sat with us and stuff like that. I threatened Strawberry. And, Strawberry was up there. He was talking about how you can hit. I said, man, I used to burn. If I was pitching today, I'd kill you. Him and I got into it was just telling them, y'all ain't that good. But I do. They'll tell you, man, I back up to anybody. I didn't care. Sure. But it is fun, Sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, so sure. Them. Mookie Wilson, we had him. Him and I. He was all right with me then, yeah. But somebody else I told off, and they were saying something you crazy. Dale Murphy, yeah. I told Dale Murphy off. He was in Birmingham, and I used to tell him, I said, this is for us, not for them, Yeah, and we got that. No, I'm telling y'all, hey, that's the way it is. That's okay, but I'm telling y'all.
So, what was your favorite place that you ever played in?
Royal, Michigan. I had one of the best days of my life there. I think I went 2 for 3 or stuff like that. And I was playing first base. We had Joe Cherry pitching, had a right-hander. And I said, ain't nowhere in the world they're going to get around on Joe Cherry. So, they tell you move over. No. So I moved closer to first. Yeah. I moved closer to first. They had got on second. So I moved closer to first. And the guy fouled the ball off. I said, no, I'm going to move over. They can't, you got it. No, I got it. Don't worry about it. And the guy, when I moved over, I was just about standing on first base. And the guy hit a shot and right in my glove. And then I threw it to second. We double the guy off in the ball game. Because if I wouldn't have moved, it'd have been a triple down line. But then that day I think I was either 1 for 2 or 2 for 3. But the best hitting day I had in Des Moines, Iowa, under the Mississippi Bridge there. And I don't know if that was, no, Des Moines. That one I went 2 for 3 that night. I was just in the mood that night. I was hitting everything. Yeah. I was swinging late like I was supposed to because, you get it out there, I'm going to hit you out there. I ain't going to pull it. And I hit everything now, and I got a double, triple, and then.
Do you remember the integration of the Sally League? Was that like a big thing when it happened?
Not really. I know who played in it because a lot of them guys came from Suitcase Simpson and all them guys that came from the Negro League from Birmingham and the Montreal Monarchs. Not Montreal, Kansas City Monarchs, yeah. But a lot of them guys, Suitcase Simpson, Kurt Flood. I remember Kurt Flood. Louis Collins. Matter of fact, we taught him how to drive in Savannah. But it go way back. I remember when the Yankees used to come there and when they come and going up there. But I don't remember really when they integrate the league, It wasn't, be honest with you, I don't think I was interested in it, and because I was playing with the Whoopers then, Yeah.
So did you know of who was it? Junior Reedy? Do you remember his name? He was one of the players that integrated in Savannah. It was Junior Reedy and a man. His last name was Israel. I forgot his first name.
They played in the Sally League?
Yeah, they integrated it in '53.
Oh no, I know I don't. No. The only one I know, I can tell you who. The Tigers, the Augusta Tigers had a guy named Springfield or something like that. The only blacks on the team. I I don't remember the Macon Dodgers. I don't know who they had. Jacksonville had two of them. Had Ed Charles and Hank Aaron. And in Jacksonville, they played behind. Oh God, they got a new park now. Merrill Street Park. They had them because we played there a lot. Matter of fact, high school and with the Bears. And it had Merrill Street Park. There was a project behind it. But I don't remember with going back, like looking it up, I have to. But I don't remember too much about Grace Stadium, about the South League, because I know it went from the athletics and everybody, the Reds and this and that. And be honest with you, we wasn't too much interested because we were playing at Sportsman Park and everybody was enjoying playing there, but other than that, half of the blacks didn't go there anyway because you couldn't go there, So.
So I heard a story about Satchel Paige coming to Sportsman Park and telling jokes and striking the whole side out at Sportsman Park against the Bears. Have you heard about that story?
No.
Okay.
No, that's the first time.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to find history about Sportsman Park. I'm trying to find history about Savannah Bears, but like I said, I went to the papers. Nobody know nothing, and I don't think they wrote anything that goes back, to be honest with you.
Do you remember like the largest crowd you ever saw at Sportsman Park?
Oh yeah, one time we had over 2,500 people there. That place was packed. It was down the line, hanging every place. One time I remember, I don't know if it was a Labor Day or what, but I know it was a good Sunday. Yeah, because I know they made money. Oh, yeah. Because matter of fact, I think we played the Augusta Black Tigers, they call it. Yeah. I'm sure that's who it was. Yeah. Not sure, but I know we played somebody from Augusta, either Brunswick. Yeah, one of the two. Yeah. Because the stadium in Brunswick is still there. Yeah, it used to be the Brunswick Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals used to have it there. So.
What year did you say you played for the Bears again?
I think it was like 50, 55, 56, 56. Either started in 55 or 56 till because I left. No, I'm telling you wrong. I left in 60, so it had to be 59, either 58, 57, around in that area. Had to be something like that.
Because I have a couple scans from the Savannah Tribune I have from 46, I have 46, 49, 50, 51, 53, 57, 58, and 59. So you're thinking 57 through 59?
Yeah, around yeah.
Somewhere around
yeah.
there. Okay. So let's see what this one says.
Because that's when Larry Lawrence, he was it. He was Mr. Bears. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was it, let me tell you. And then they had I had his name in there, boy. Oh, God, him and I played outfield. He was from the boys club on the east side, Frank Cattleman Boys Club. And they had a pitcher. He was a principal, he was a postman, Magno, something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I know that's Mr. Joe Summer was, yeah.
So I have one here, and from July 26, 1957. Bears to play Jacksonville Cardinals Sunday. The Savannah Bears will play the Jacksonville Cardinals Sunday at Sportsman Park. The game is scheduled to start at 3 p.m. Free prizes will be given away. Do you remember any kind of free prizes and stuff ever been given out?
Not no 57. At 57?
Uh-huh.
No. They don't have a lineup in there?
Not yet. Let's see here. I'm trying to find one. Maybe this one might have something. This one's from August 2nd, 58. The Cardinals split 2 with Statesboro. The Savannah Cardinals split a doubleheader. Do you remember the Savannah Cardinals?
No. That must have the other team, because that's when they started putting the other black teams in there. Yeah.
Because this says Sunday was also awards day for the Cardinals. The recipients being assistant manager C. Brown, captain W. Kinlaw.
Kinlaw, I know Kinlaw.
Okay.
Yeah. That
J.
was from like Yamacraw in that area. Mm-hmm.
J. Parker, N. Farley.
Farley, well, see, Farley came with the Clowns. With the Bears, Farley went to Beach High School. He was supposed to be one of the best running backs you ever seen. And either he got shot or killed or something. He was a ball. They thought him and I was twins, but he was a little bigger than me. But Nathaniel Farley, his name was. Yeah. Oh, that team came from the east side, the Cardinals. Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of Kinlaws. Let me tell you, came out of Frog. You ever heard of Frogtown, Savannah? Yes, sir. You go to Frogtown, you better. The only way I went to Frogtown, my aunt lived there. Yes, sir. That was the old train track, used to be the old train. Yeah, the Kinlaws, Bo, Sebastian, what Bo name? He was the quarterback for Beach High, and then he was a fisher for the Globetrotters. Bo Levette, all them was come from Frogtown, Yamacraw, and the east side, that side. That's what it was. Mm-mm.
It also says J. Roberts and Percy Fireball Stevenson.
I don't remember them. Mm-mm.
It said the Cardinals will play the Guyton Athletics Sunday at Sportsman Park in a doubleheader.
Well, Guyton wasn't that far.
Okay.
Matter of fact, when I went back home in 90, whatever was, I ended up going to Guyton to play in Guyton there. Mm-hmm.
So can you tell me a little bit about Frogtown?
Frogtown was bad. If you live in Frogtown, you was all right. Because most of the people in Frogtown went to Beach High School. If you didn't live in Frogtown, it was right behind, they had the train station. If you didn't live in Frogtown, you didn't walk in Frogtown, period. You better know somebody. So my aunt used to live in Frogtown. It was right off of Martin Luther King Way, 16-something run through, right where the museum at run through there. That was Frogtown. Let me tell you, Frogtown, Yamacraw, it was, and East Side, it was nothing to play with. I'm telling you, it was bad. Yes, sir. They wasn't like robbery and nothing like that. You get your behind whooped if you go in Frogtown. It's just simple. You better know somebody, because my aunt used to live. That's the only reason I used to go to different stuff like that. I'm telling you straight out. But Kinlaws and all them used to live right up in there, though. Yeah.
I have another. This is the day after the game was finished, and it says that the Cardinals defeated the Athletics 4-1. The little 15-year-old rookie Charles Lang. Do you remember him?
Mm-mm.
It said he went all the way for the Cardinals, giving up one run, 1 walk, and 5 hits, and picking up 6 strikeouts. He has now 2 wins and no defeats. And the Cardinals will play a doubleheader Sunday in Statesboro with the elite Tigers of Statesboro.
Yeah, that's off of 80. Mm-hmm. That's the only way we go there was 80. Yeah. You don't have nothing in Savannah?
Let's see.
Because we really ain't had nobody with Savannah Bears to do any writing or nothing. Really. Because I don't know whether I wrote that from the Tribune or the Herald on that one.
There's something here about local baseball program is providing more diamonds for youth. The Negro Junior Baseball and Softball program under the Savannah Recreation Commission has continued to expand for the year 1959. In 56, there were only 4 playground softball teams operating. Since 56, the program has increased to 8 Pony League teams for boys 15 and under, 6 Little League teams for 12 and under, and 6 girls softball teams, giving a total of 20 youth teams that are now playing under adult supervision with all necessary equipment and a large percentage of them in uniforms.
That's when they used to go out there on Presidential Boulevard, places like that. Yeah.
Do you remember when they put 516 in, cutting off some of the neighborhoods to Sportsman Park?
No, I was way from then. Yeah, either I was in Jersey or the service. Yeah. Mm.
Do you think that really hurt attendance to it?
Yeah, I think it hurt Sportsman Park. I think it hurt Savannah. Period. Yeah, because I mean, all the places that they went into is all where the blacks used to be stayed, and good they got paid and all that stuff. But you hurt a lot. You're pushing people out, and then that's where a lot of things happen. That's why we're saying when I was telling my wife the other day, I wish I was, in a sense, I wish I'd have did more for the Bears, writing and stuff like that, because nothing happened that I know of in Savannah, and by playing there, the only thing I know is Whooper, West Savannah Whoopers. You had to play for the West Savannah Whoopers, and I never forget the uniform. It was thick as a rug. It was wool, man. But I remember Clarence Blowboy Grant, because when I went to a funeral, I thanked him for showing me how to do it, because then I was coaching college ball then, and I was thanking him, and he said, no, you thank yourself because you was a ball player, But I don't very remember. I remember playing with the Bears, but I don't remember, some of the get out of here, some of the good things that I know we traveled. I know I missed the bus going to Jacksonville, and my daddy made sure I got on a Greyhound, and I went there, and then I played and everything. But I don't. They never had no write up or nothing about us, And like you going back to, you have to go through you really got to pay to find that stuff, and that's what Cam did for me, Yeah.
Can you describe what your uniforms were like with the Bears?
It was, get out of here. It was red trimming, bears on top. But I didn't want to wear I always like my pants. I hate them stirrups. I hate them. I used to wear, but then some say you gonna wear it. But the uniform for the Bears was during that time, probably whatever it was. There was good uniforms, And I think we had two of them, But it was just that playing with the Bears was like playing with a major league team. They fed us. That damn one be getting on my nerves now. Get out of here. But like they fed us, and his wife or girl, whoever that lady was with it, she took care of the younger guys. Like the Follies. Get out of here, B.
There you go.
Like you was talking about the Follies. We had a guy we called Sam. We called him Black Sam. He was from God, what that boy name? It was five of us, young guys. Folly, me, Sam, and Gerald Crawford. He worked at the Savannah newspaper. We was young, He was from Yamacraw. We was different places, but far as nobody interview us to try to help us, put stuff in the paper, because the Herald at that time was what we call for the rich black people, and the Tribune is for the poor black people. I mean, just plain simple. They don't beating around the bush, And and then Savannah, you couldn't get nothing in the paper unless somebody, But that's why I try to do a lot of searching to find out what we did and we were playing with the Bears. But I was trying to do some stuff before you got here, but I couldn't find nothing, So
I have here from September 14th, 1957. It says All-Star doubleheader at Sportsman Park. 2 All-Star teams picked from local clubs will play a doubleheader Sunday afternoon at Sportsman's Park. The game's scheduled to start at 3 o'clock. The price of admission will be 75 cents.
Now, that was the Savannah Cardinals?
This is just at Sportsman Park. It says that 2 All-Star teams will be picked from local clubs. Do you remember there being All-Star games of the teams?
57. Now, I know I wasn't on it. I tell you that much. They had it. Larry was on it. They had a catcher went to Florida A&M. God, him and Larry couldn't get along, save their life. Anyway, and they had what the guy I told you, Paul, Joe Gaston. somewhere around the line, Joe Gaston played with the Bears, with him. But I don't kind of remember too much about stuff like that because they shielded us from a lot of stuff. Mr. Simmons did. So if we played and stuff like that. We had to go to practice, but he shielded us there. But I think when Joe Gaston got there and the other grown guys, I don't know whether he got there then or after, they really shielded us. I mean, them guys were crooks, you know what I'm saying? Because see, Larry Lawrence worked for a big cement company over on the east side where he used to be in the big trucks. And, he was a drinker. He ain't no hiding about it. But, he wasn't nothing to play with. So, yeah, I think that they shielded us from a lot of stuff that, we didn't know about, But, I know going to Sportsman Park, what that man there, boy, he loved me, too. Not Mr. Simmons, the guy who owned the Sportsman Park.
Millard Wheeler.
Mr. Wheeler, yeah. Because his son trying to do something now. Mr. Wheeler, he loved the devil out of me. He thought I was the best thing, playing ball, I mean, I can see his face, little curly hair, light skin, But far as that, we didn't go to the drink. You ain't getting nothing out of here, drinking beer, moonshine, whatever. No, he kept us like that, But I just wish we can find more paperwork that we played, Like I said, the only thing I got was that, and that we played at Bluffton, and that was on a Sunday, and I know good and well Savannah didn't write because I wrote that and took it to the either Tribune or Herald. I don't know which one it was. So,
I know for the Tribune, a majority of the things I found written about baseball being played was written between the late 40s and the early 50s. The best thing that I've found so far is from September 5th, 1946, and this is when Sportsman Park finally opens. It says, Sportsman Park opens in a blaze of glory. In a 2-game series last Sunday and Monday between the Savannah Bears and the Jacksonville Grays, Sportsman Park made its initial bow to the public in a blaze of glory. The new home of the Savannah Bears, which is the second baseball park in the history of Savannah owned by Negroes, was the mecca for a large crowd of fans on the opening day, Sunday, and on Labor Day it was packed to capacity. It says where the park is located. It says 2 bleacher stands afford accommodations for about 900 fans. One stand being opposite of first base and the other third base side.
Yep.
The playing field's well laid out.
We had lights there too.
So, do you remember a stadium prior to Sportsman Park?
No.
No.
What, 47 or what, 10 years ago? No. I was born 39. I was, no. I was 10, wasn't 10 years old. I wasn't 10 yet.
Yeah, so you're pretty young.
Yeah, I was like 9, 8, something like that. Yeah. 9, 8 years old. I was 8 years old. Yeah. I was 8 years, yeah. I was still living in, we had just 37th Street, that we were living at. 922 37th Street. We were living there. We had I was going to Florence Elementary School. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember too much of that.
Early.
Yeah, that's way too early for me too. I was running away from home. Me and my brother. We used to run away all the time. Go to Frogtown to my aunt. We always ran away from home. I'm telling you, it wasn't no violent. We just, I just didn't keep my feet still. So my brother was older than me. I grabbed him. Let's go.
So you were showing me a little bit earlier about some of the pitches and stuff. Can you show me that again so that way we can get it on camera and kind of describe how you would your pitches?
This is my 2-seamers right here. I pull the top, make the ball go backwards. The ball going backwards, when they hit it, it'll go up. The ball going that way, you got to hit. When I want the ball to move, I just move my fingers down from the 2-seamers to here. And I want to throw my slider and sinker. I got one finger here, Then I go here, slide and sing, in control. But I used to throw what we call a fork ball. You call it a split finger now. I used to sleep with this, just like that. Tape it. That was my fork ball. Now you call it split finger. The screwball is I just throw it from here and make it, just pull it in there and it's screw. It's like a screw. I call it a backward screw. And curveball I had what they call a 12 to 6. Here, boom. If I wanted to really spin, I would just move my finger up here. If I want to make it sharp, I go here. I just use the ball, and I'd rather use a new ball than an old ball. Everybody love these old balls. When they go out there, they rub it down. Not me. Give me a new ball because it got less friction. The guys used to get mad with me serious because I used to try to count the spin of my curveball. If it wasn't spinning the way I want, I don't want to throw it. Yeah. But I always love a brand new ball because if it's slick, that means it's less velocity with the wind hitting and stuff. I used to study it. That's why everybody don't understand me, But that's all it was. Then when I played first something, I just try to hit the ball. I don't believe in standing there taking pictures. Just hit the ball. I feel I was a little cocky, so that's what you got to be cocky to play this game. You got to be good, and you can be cocky. If you're not good, don't be cocky.
Me and you were cut from the same cloth there. I'll tell you what. When people would look at me like I had a third head or something crazy, when I would tell them that I hated a rubbed up ball.
Yeah.
I wanted that thing fresh because I like a little slick. It gives
That's
it a little
right.
more run. It
Yep.
gives it a little more action. Did you experience the same thing? People looking at you funny?
Yeah, because right now today they don't understand why the guy's pitching. You got to throw a fastball, breaking ball fast. If I'm throwing a fastball and I got one strike, I come back with another fastball, I got two strikes. I'm gonna throw three strikes. I have went a lot of games without throwing breaking ball. And another thing is that I got caught a lot, and people don't really throwing spitters. Spitters ain't nothing to play. You got to know what you're doing with those spitters. And this is the honest God truth. My catcher in New Jersey, them John Mann, God bless his soul now, he used to get mad at me. I have so much spit on the ball. It was dripping. And a spitter do something if you know what you're doing. Yeah.
Did you used to hide it when you threw a spitball?
No. I let you know. You think I'm getting it off, and when I throw it, it be nasty. I mean, it drops out of the sky. It just drops. And he always used to tell me I'm getting some kind of disease. But I throw it, and that's how I won 10 straight games. I went crazy. I lost the first game of a doubleheader that day because I went from first base to the relief pitcher and lost that game and came back, won 10 straight games. I mean, I'm talking about 9 innings. I didn't go no 5 and 6. I'm talking about 9. And during that time, if you didn't throw 9, you didn't stay in there long,
How would you hold your spitball?
Just right there.
Right there. Yeah. I did the same thing when I went to release it. It was more like you're pitching it out, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But so much stuff was on it. A lot of times, if I really wanted to dip, I wet it up good and throw it, and then by just letting it go, I always let my body tell my arm what to do. A lot of people you got to do this, your head got to be over here. Pitching is just, some people can pitch, you can teach all you want, some can't. That's why you don't have 20-game winners every year, even much in high school. They just might pitch to this, and no, you pitch so the batter can hit the ball. If you pitch and the batter don't hit the ball, you ain't throwing no hitter. You have to pitch so the batter can hit the ball so people can catch the ball. And that's where I try to coach. If you throw a no-hitter, fine, but you ain't throwing too many no-hitters, But those strikes, that's what I believe in. Those strikes, too.
I remember because I used to try and, because towards the end of my baseball career, I kind of started realizing I had a couple little injuries and I couldn't quite throw the ball as hard as I used to. So I used to try and I threw a little Vaseline ball, and I'd hide it. And they check your glove, they check your hat, they check all that. I used to put it in the zipper of my pants. I
Oh,
rub
okay.
the Vaseline on there. 'Cause no one's gonna come and check your
Yes,
zipper.
that's right.
So I come set, and I rub my fingers in the zipper, and I do that, and I throw it, drop right on in. That was my little thing. But
That's just like now I do I umpire baseball high schools, and I watch some of these coaches, some of these players trying to pitch. It's embarrassing. To me, it's embarrassing. You throw 2 strikes, then you throw 3 balls. Something wrong with you. You need to go sit down and don't even play no more. And I just, you know, when the after I got from the Clowns, when I really started pitching 2 or 3 times a week and playing, I found out that the ERA don't mean nothing. I had an ERA last time I pitched like 3 point something for, that means 4 runs a game, but I won the game. Long as I stopped the other team from getting it. And that's what I look at. But I really get angry the way I see the kids pitch today, and I just don't believe in pitch count. I don't believe in that stuff. I mean, I did not. Mom, right now, I'm 82 years old. Mom don't hurt. Mom hurt because I got arthritis. It's old. Ain't no sense in playing around. My knees hurt. My toes hurt. It's arthritis, But then, I had them cleaned out, and I found out I used to take all them shots. I found out what them shots do for you. But I used to pitch 9 innings on a Sunday and get a shot, and then I'm back at Tuesday. Because I pitched like Sunday. Monday I might play the outfield. Tuesday I come back and pitch. But then I learned how to pitch 2 and 3 times a week, And like everybody put that ice on the arm. My thing is hot water. I go in there, give me hot water, I do anything I want. Because I always had a rubber arm, But it's just different today, Everybody worrying about this one hurting. We don't have ball players like we used to. Never do.
so what do you think about modern professional baseball?
I think it stinks. Because if you getting paid, all right, put it this way. Why are you getting paid $15 million a year, and when you can't hit over 200? Why are you getting paid $15 million a year, and then you play 2 games, then you hurt the other game? It don't make sense. My arm never hurt because I didn't. If you don't take care of the arm, you can't go out here and get all this money and can't finish a game. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they paying them. Yeah. It's a business. The people who own the team got to make money. But if you're going to give me $15 million and you're going to tell me that I can play, I'll go get Tommy John right now. I don't care what nobody says, I just don't understand it, Yeah. And they cry all the time, And the worst thing about me being an umpire, and I umpired this year, I really umpired a lot of games. I must have did close to 50, 60 games this year, going to high school, going to College Cove. I did baseball and softball. When you got to get up there and do your glove. For what? You just seen a strike, you got to stretch your glove? I don't know. It's just a different world for me,
Do you think a lot of the unwritten rules of baseball have kind of disappeared?
I was talking to a guy yesterday, the coach for one of the schools that I called against. We got too many. I'm old. I know I'm old. We got too many old people trying to run this game. Why are you changing the rules so much? Why, like this year in high school, everybody giving signs, right? The pitcher, this rule been there where they never want to do it. When you a pitcher, and you have to be on the rubber to get your sign. So if you getting your sign from the coach, you're not on the rubber. That's if ain't nobody on, that's a ball. So now all of a sudden they say, well, he got to be on there. That rule been there. Why y'all messing with that? Why y'all giving? This one I know why they doing it. They letting the pitcher, starting pitcher, whatever. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. They're letting the starting pitcher be a DH and they go in the outfield and die and come back in there. Why? It don't make no sense what you're doing. Then you can go like the major league It's 5 times now you can go. I think that's stupid. Why are you changing all these rules?
Silly.
And I'm gonna tell you one that my wife thought if you don't shut up, you're going outside. This when they do the switching, they take all the outfield, infield.
Oh, the shift.
The shift. Why? You mean tell me I'm a hitter? I'm a right-handed hitter. You putting 1, 2, 3 people over there. I don't care what the pitcher do. And all this open, I'm not gonna hit the ball line there. There's something wrong with me upstairs.
I'm right there with you. It drives me up a
You
wall.
damn better believe it. And then you gonna hit into the shift. I think that's the most stupid thing I've ever seen. I think the batter's the one stupid.
I agree with you.
But I don't care. You get over there. If the base ain't loaded or whatever, I'm bunting. I'm gonna do something. You not. The pitcher can do all the mistakes he wants. I'm going over here. It's just very simple.
Yeah.
That same thing hitting. I try to tell the kids, they pitch the inside, hit the ball. Somebody go forward. Who cares? Well, it's inside. He pitching the inside so he can get you out. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I had. Is there anything that you thought I missed, or anything that you'd like to share?
No. This is your show. They tell you I love this.
Yeah. I always
just
like to just give you guys the opportunity, because a lot of times I've heard that a lot of y'all didn't get the chance to quite say what.
No, that's
what
right. Yeah.
And so I always want to make sure there's a time or a period where I want you to be able to say whatever you want to be able to say, bring up things that maybe I missed or that I didn't know of, and so if there's anything, just let me know.
Well, the only thing I want, if you can do it, if you find any more thing about the Bears, either email or send it to me. That's the only thing. Because I really, I'm very interested in that now, because I keep saying why nobody did nothing. Savannah, why we not doing anything for the thing about 2 or 3? No, it had to be more than 3. My brother died 3 years ago. I think it was 2016 or 15. He made the Hall of Fame as a running back. He went to Tonkin High School, and they don't have nothing in that vicinity of what happened in Savannah. They can say that Savannah is a black city, Why you don't have all the stuff that we did, And that's the only thing I don't understand, Like you said, the exhibit. When I went to the exhibit and see the pictures up there, I couldn't see who was up there. All I know was Savannah Bears. That's why I talked to the lady. I said, "Will you take a picture and send it to me so I can see if I'm up there, But you got it. I ain't heard nothing from me, because I went down to ask for a football game.
Yeah.
See, I was coaching at the school, and we went to Wilmington Island, and when we was going to Wilmington Island, the kid said, "You from Savannah?" I said, "Yeah, but let me tell y'all straight out, in 1960, you didn't come over here unless you worked. Didn't mean unless you was a housekeeper, But, like I said, now you go to Wilmington Island like nothing, but, and, that's why I tell people how things change. I want to know why we don't have certain things. If I lived in Savannah, I guarantee you we'll have a lot of stuff. If I live in Savannah, there's a lot of stuff be changed of cleaning up and stuff like that. But, I don't live there now, and, you can't, if you don't live there, you ain't got to be going there. That's where, so. But if you get anything, just make sure you send it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I have a whole lot of stuff, and I'll definitely send you a bunch of it. As well as, so another goal of this project is to erect a historical marker down at Sportsman Park, even though it's not there anymore.
You kidding me?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Ooh, Lord.
I want to have one of those nice big, metal signs that they got, and I want that to be up there, because there's nobody knows.
They sure don't.
I've talked to people, I get my hair cut or something, I'm chit-chatting with people, and I ask them, "Hey, you from Savannah?" They're like, "Yeah, I've lived here my whole life." And I ask them about Sportsman Park, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's down off Tremont, that kind of thing. Is it still there?" And I tell them it's gone, and they have no clue.
Yep, now you're talking. Yeah. Now you find out anybody else who played with the Bears?
Bobo Smalls, Nathaniel Smalls. He also went by Cantaloupe, was another name.
Nathan, the little shop like that.
I never actually got to meet him in person, unfortunately. He played with the Clowns for a little while.
See, I don't. He must have way before me.
I think he was. He might have been because I know he just passed away recently. I think he was in his. I think he was almost 90. He was about 87, 88.
Because, see, a lot of stuff you can go on the internet now and get the lineup of the Clowns from. Because, see, people don't understand. I played on 2 teams with the Clowns. I played the Clowns and New York Royals. Same team. You know, they had my New York Royals lineup and Clowns lineup. You know, this switch over there. But the other thing is that I know they got Nathaniel. Nathaniel dead. Gerald, I think Gerald's still living. And I think Larry Morris, I think he dead. Because Larry's way older than me. But yeah, it got to be in Hayward. That's his name.
Bill Hayward. Right.
Yeah, I think he in Jacksonville. Yeah, him and I played outfield together. And you know that's what I'm saying. Why these guys don't do anything is, I guess not because they're afraid. Is why they don't push it to get. You know, Savannah is famous, but the Bears was famous too. Cause I mean, I'm telling you, if you play with the Bears, they're just like playing in the Yankees, man. Play with the Yankees. If you get paid, play with West Savannah Whoopers, Clarence Blue Boy Grant, and the Bears, because we didn't have no little league, you know, and it was something, you know. But I don't understand why they don't want to push it or do what they got to do. You know.
So do you remember anybody that might still be in Savannah that's left that you remember playing with the Bears, or any families that you might think are still around there?
See, the only one I'm talking about is Joe Gaston.
Joe Gaston.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know he's still there because I Facebook with him. He can tell you a lot because he still remember we was in Vidalia, and like the last Negro ball player, the man he just died. He was 100 years old. He remember coming to, I don't know whether he said it was Vidalia or Savannah when I was pitching, and they were going to beat me. But Joe Gaston, I know he hit about 4 home runs that day. I mean, in Vidalia, they had a house, and then left field was like short. I mean, that guy, I think he had supposed to go with the Pirates or somebody, but he got in a little trouble, you know, but he was a ball player. Talk more garbage than I did. But but that's what I'm saying. That's the only one I know that's still there. I don't know about Sammy. We call him Black Sammy. You know, I think he's a preacher. I don't know. You know, when I go back home, I can't find nobody. Gerald supposed to live out in Calvin Village. I don't know if he's still going. And it was somebody else played with us, you know. Hayward, like they played, but I don't know about the other guys, you know.
Yeah. Well, if you're on Facebook with any of them, if you don't mind, could you give them either my information and tell them that I'm interested in doing something similar like this with them? Because as many stories as we can get from you guys and record them, put them online, save it, add it to the museum, the better, because then people at least have access. Yeah. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Right.
As long if it's there, somebody's gonna be able to find it. And
I was trying to think about this other on Gwinnett Street before you get to Calvin Village at first. It was the guy. He was a drummer. Can't think, but he played. Matter of fact, he played softball a lot in Savannah, and he was an official. When I went back to Savannah in '90 to live.
Was it Bully Wooly?
No, God, he real bow-legged. We call it. He played softball a lot. He laughed a lot.
Was it Ice Cream?
No, God, I know it. Can't think of his name. I don't know whether he died or what. But I end up when I went back home in '90. If you come down, you done been on Gwinnett Street. Come down Style Avenue and you go to that little curve. If you're on the right side, is a house sitting right there in a white building. He had lived right there. He was a drummer in a little band they had. He older than me, but I think they started Savannah Athletics or somebody, cause that's when they started getting a lot of black teams after the Bears then. And I had his name. I was gonna write it down. I should have wrote it down and give it to you. But that's the only thing, you know. I don't know nobody. The Ken Laws, they had one of them say he played with the Clowns, but when I look through the Clowns, I can't find him. I know Bo LeVette. Bo LeVette's son was a basketball thing on it. But Bo LeVette played with that team out of Frogtown over the stuff. And he went to Beach High School. He was a big quarterback. Bo LeVette about 6'7", 6'7". Yeah, he was everything over there at Beach High. They had a guy named Johnny Parker played with the Bears, but I don't know where he had. He has supposed to sign with Cleveland in their farm system. But, these guys, sometimes the guys lie, you don't know. But, I can't find, I go in that minor league thing, if I can't find his name in there. So, But I know he played shortstop for the Bears. His name was Johnny Parker. He lived in Sandfly. But I don't know whether, I don't know whether these guys said. I hate to say it. No, I ain't gonna hate that. I say a lot of these guys end up with the drugs or drunk, It's just simple. And that's what I try to fight against, when they see me. How come you look so young? Because you got to leave that stuff alone, You got to leave it alone. But, see, the Bears had players come from, Sandfly, Savannah, Yamacraw, different places, East Side. Most of the guys from East Side, too,
You guys were the cream of the crop.
Oh, yeah, we was. I tell anybody we was. And like I said, I go back, and if you look it up when you go in Savannah, over on Scarborough, you might get a lot of guys from over there. Is Clarence Blue Boy Grant. Yeah, he went to Woodville when when basketball or football season, because there wasn't no baseball that year. They got baseball, I think it was, my brother, I think he was 59, 60, something like that. 60, I think, when they got baseball out there. But Clarence Blue Boy Grant, I'm telling you, boy, anybody who played for him. Now, see, I went back looking for a lot of them guys, but a lot of them guys, man, they done smoke and they gone, They really gone. Couple of them had supposed to play with Cincinnati Red Legs. I mean, they supposed to get signed and they just went to pieces, But that's the only thing that I wanted to do if I get back to Savannah. But since I went back to Savannah, wanted to stay there, but, my family come first and jobs come first, So, that's why I end up coming here, which is close. But I just wish my opinion now, my honest God opinion, I wish I'd have stayed in Savannah. I thought I could do a lot with my parents and everything. Everybody know my parents, especially my mother, and I thought I could do better, Because that park, when I found out they on the end of Gwinnett Street before you get to 516, back then Felton Home, whatever they call it back there. Ain't those kids built that baseball park. Now they name it somebody else. And my mother was very upset about that, But that's life, That's why I look at it now, I don't let things bother me no more. Like, but the only thing I just wish that I did that, but I'm not gonna let it, make me commit suicide, No. Mm-hmm. And then, like my wife was saying, everybody was saying in the neighborhood over there. He said, "What you?" I said, "Well, they gonna." I said, "I got somebody coming to interview me." He said, "You kidding? You gonna give him time to talk?" I said, "No, I'm a listen, But when I started bringing all this out, it just bring back a lot of stuff that I got that I want people to see it, man. I don't hide it. I want people to see it. Baseball cards. I don't charge nobody for bill. I got baseball cards that last me the next 200 years. I'm serious. I don't charge nobody. I got pictures and stuff. When I do it, I don't charge it. Now, like I tell them, if you charge somebody to come into your project, what you having, yes, you're going to have to pay me, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I go anyway. I go anyway. And the only thing I tell people, if I have to stay overnight now, you'll put me up.
Sure.
Yeah, and I ain't going to be on my choice. Stick me in no. Yeah, you ain't stick me in no holes, too.
Yeah, you got every right to now.
Yeah, shoot, yeah.
You earned it.
Thank you. That's why I tell them, when I went to Cleveland, Tennessee, this is really a story here. It's 2010. We went to Myrtle Beach to play in a tournament when I was coaching high school. And a team came from Walker Valley High School from Cleveland, Tennessee. And when I seen these kids, I told the coach, man, we gonna beat these rednecks to death. I went to their coach. I said, we gonna beat y'all. Right? They killed us. I mean, they annihilated us. There was no effing about it. And the coach said about this high. And now the kid, I think he run for Congress somewhere in Tennessee. He kept up with me asking for autograph. So the first letter I got from him was, you don't remember me, that you won't send it. But now I made up my mind that if you send me a letter, I don't care if you put stamps on it or not, I'm going to give you stuff. I ain't got that big yet. You know what I'm saying? Now you send me a ball and all this stuff, because I got a guy last year sent me a stuff. He was charging people $7 a ball to sign.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So he sent me 10 balls and cards, but he paid me.
Oh, okay.
I said, I don't want no check.
Yeah.
Send them, and then I returned it, But if you charging somebody, then I'm going to charge you,
No, sure. Yeah.
But other than that, I told him, hey, when I went to Cleveland, Tennessee, I told the guy, you put me up, that's it, He said, well, we give you X amount of love, just give me gas money. Because going from here is 8 hours.
Yeah.
I getting that little white truck out there, I'm going. I'm going now. Now, when I went to Houston, Texas now, is the college. They paid everything. They took care of the airline data and all that stuff. That I can understand, but I just do things to do things, And I wish that thing you do, I wish I'd still be live to see this. I really do.
Oh, yeah. It should. So the plan is for it to be done by the end of this coming semester.
Okay.
So that would be January, February, March, April, May-ish.
Oh, okay.
Should be when the exhibit is done. And so it's going to be a two-part kind of thing. There's going to be the physical exhibit actually at the museum, and then also there's going to be the exhibit online as well.
Oh.
So you can access it whether you're here, on the other side of the world, no matter what. It'll always be up in perpetuity. And I'm also going to have the interview linked to it, so that way you always have access to the interview. And all kinds of stuff. All the information is going to be put there, and so that's the goal of it. But but that's pretty much all the questions I had for you, and I'll definitely start taking a look through the stuff if you don't mind.
No, that's up to you. Yeah.
Awesome.
That what I did with that CD.
Oh,
is
I have it sitting right there.
Okay. Yeah. Now that's why I put all this stuff out here so he can
I can snag that from
so
you.
he can look through all. I got baseball that I even got a softball that the girls. When I coached girls softball, we won the 2A one year and the 3 and next year, and had the girls sign it. And I got stuff in there. I'm telling you, unbelievable.
Here, can I get a picture of you maybe like holding the ball out?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it.
You want a good ball?
I got a good one here. Hold on.
Okay.
Pull one out.
Yeah.
Because I brought a ball because I figured it might be good to have you sign a ball.
Yeah. Because I got balls and stuff in here, but.
Let me get the tape off this thing. They seal them up nice and tight now.
Yes. Yeah. I got so much stuff. I got stuff in here. I got stuff down there. I got balls in there. I can't find my glove. My wife gonna kill me. We go to Florida every year.
Yeah.
Except this virus,
What part of Florida?
You name it, we go.
Because I'm from the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah. Like I told you, we done stayed on the Tampa. Where they come from? 85 going to Clearwater.
Oh.
Where they fish at over?
Shoot. I know what you're talking about. Crap. The Causeway? Right?
Yeah, Causeway.
Yeah.
We done went. We got a story that we went. We gonna stay soon as we get to the end of the Causeway before we get to Clearwater. There's a hotel there, and I try to tell them. I said, guys, you don't want to stay there because there ain't no name on there. Oh, it's cheap. We're gonna stay there. I said, okay. It was cheap, all right. Went there, toilet running over. Yes, as a matter of fact, I played in St. Pete's too.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
And then, matter of fact, we stayed where the Condors had the Yankees. One of them had a field that we used to practice in. And matter of fact, about 4 or 5 years ago, we went to not St. Pete, the hotel right on the little line, water stuff. We went there. We stayed there. Then we stayed in Clearwater. Then we went to Clearwater to the fishing. Got a charter thing, St. Pete. Then we came back.
Was that John's Pass over there?
I guess
Did you
it,
go
man.
John's Pass, maybe? Yeah, maybe.
Man, we go
No.
everywhere. Matter of fact, I always go 75 come to Silver Spring
So,
or Ocala.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
we come Ocala. We've been to Ocala so many times. Silver Spring, God. But then we come down. Then now when we get to Tampa, we hit 85 and get about 385. Go across the big bridge. Cause see I remember the big bridge when that ship hit it.
Oh, yeah, the Skyway.
Yeah, the Skyway. So when we go there, we go and we fish on the side there.
Mm-hmm.
But then we go into Bradenton.
Yeah.
Cause you know I was trying to get when the Braves used to be in Bradenton.
Mm-hmm.
See, I mean we go everywhere. Yeah,
I know there's the Dunedin Blue Jays now down there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
We got them. Then the Yankees are over in Tampa.
Right.
You got the Phillies in Clearwater.
And Fort Myers.
Fort Myers, it's the Red Sox, right?
The Reds.
At JetBlue Stadium.
The Red Sox. They had supposed to be a new place.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I've been there. Then you go straight. You go to the Twins.
Yeah, the Twins are out there too,
Mm-hmm.
aren't they?
Yeah. Matter of fact, the guy who's coached third base, his cousin Watson, used to go to Clemson. He was pros now. But when Bi-Level went into the Major Hall of Fame, I was right there with him.
Wow.
On the cameras and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the year that they put me in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's great.
Black Hall of Fame.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, here, let me get the picture of you. Hold it out for me here. All right, one more. Let's get this one. All right, awesome. Thank you.
You want me to put this shirt on for you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, hey, whatever. Hey, I know I shouldn't say anything in front of you. I'm your slave today.
Hey, I'm here for you. If anything, I'm here for you.
My wife don't love to hear me say that. There's something wrong with you. I'm gonna do this, nigga. This is my tea and meal, baby.
Yeah. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm here to do anything that I can to help preserve your story, because you guys didn't get your fair shot at it.
I'm telling you, it's just so much I try to do, and matter of fact, I made up my mind Sunday that I'm gonna quit worrying about what other people think of me.
Yeah.
And that if they don't like my story, the hell with it.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. Your story's more.
That's exactly what it. Damn it! I never could put this. That exactly what we're doing now. That just like Cam. I still say, if you want anything, just man, you get in touch with Cam. I'm telling you, it's just unbelievable. Kid went to start off, and now all of a sudden he got his own business. I call him a millionaire now. L.A. shit. Anytime you buy a house in L.A., you're a millionaire.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
He's the one to talk to.
Yeah, he can tell you them who peed this morning, whether they're still living. Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and believe it or not, he the one that got us guys who working on our scholarships on our pension. Yeah. What I did, no.
Yeah.
So Cam, the one I didn't tell him, but.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
I got something I can sign this book.
Here, I got a Sharpie.
Yeah.
You want to use that?
Yeah, I keep a whole bunch. I got so many of them.
There you are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's why I say, anything you do, just send it to me either or.
Oh,
Now, when they sign the ball.
I was about to say, I saw you going for the sweet spot there.
Yeah,
That's the manager's spot.
Yeah, I learned this. When somebody give you autograph, don't let them put your name on it.
Okay.
They put your name on it. Later on, 20 years down the line, ain't nobody gonna buy it.
Okay.
I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your name is on it.
I got you.
Yeah, I learned that. Yeah, I learned that. I'm telling you. Yeah, don't let them say two.
Yeah, just have them just sign
the
name.
If you want to keep it at, and later down,
sure.
You can sell, because these balls getting the. My thing at one time was $1 and something. Now, I did a cap.
Mm-hmm.
It went from on eBay. It went from like 10 something.
Yeah.
I know the guy ain't paid $10, but they ended up with $200 something for a cap on my
Wow.
name. Yeah, because what happened was just my name, but they said if I'd have put something else, he'd have been in trouble, not me. Yeah.
Well, I forgot to tell you earlier, but I was speaking with some of my friends that I used to be on the radio with, and they had a cancellation tomorrow for one of their guests that they were supposed to have.
Okay.
And they were wondering if you would like to be on the radio tomorrow. You can call in and you can be on the radio in Savannah, and everyone can hear your story, and you can talk about.
Well, how in the hell I'm gonna do that now?
You just call in on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there ain't no problem.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Yeah.
Tomorrow between 4 and 6 is the radio show. So, if you'd like to, we'd love to have you on the show. And
No, ain't no problem on that. Just
I'll write it down for you.
Mm-hmm. Now, what I do, I always print it like that, then I sign it.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that radio show I used to intern on in my undergrad at Savannah State.
Oh, okay.
And we were voted the #1 talk radio show in Savannah, Georgia. And so we have a decent bit of listeners, and they'll be very excited to hear you. And what else do they do? We do we stream it online as well. So if you want to post it on your Facebook or anything like that, people can tune in from, because it's in Savannah, so they don't get you're not going to get the radio station.
Oh, okay.
But you can definitely listen to it online, and I'll write down all the information for you.
All right. Please do, because it ain't hurting my feelings. There you go. Russell created that Clown 1960-61 baseball team. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I really appreciate
No
that.
problem. Yeah. Yeah, I tell them, I'd be glad to do these things, man. I just like coaching. I tell all them, man, I work hard to coach to be a champion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a so-so when I coach. We want to win, you know. And it just things I like to do. Give the truth. Nah, it's the truth. Nah, that's what I like to do.
Yeah. So they're going to be super thrilled to have you on the radio station. I really appreciate that.
No, it won't be no problem. You know, you listen.
Well,
Yeah.
it's.
You got one of these, then?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got a whole bunch of.
Yeah. So on the radio, it's me and 2 other co-hosts, and so we'll be chit-chatting with you, and we'll get it all figured out, and it'll be great.
I'm gonna take and sign these for
Sure.
you.
Thank you.
Because that's where they made a mistake. They made these cards,
Oh,
and they made a
glossy.
mistake, and they made a full right,
Oh.
and I'm lefty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He hit right.
Yeah, he sent me the whole thing. I told him I can't pay you, so I just and then put L on it, and then shoot.